Hello and welcome to Chesapeake, Virginia, as Prime continues its coverage of the Pro Billiards Championship season. I'm Tom Kelly, and we're here to cover semifinal action in the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. And though they need no introduction to pool players around the world, let me introduce my broadcast partners to you, the rifleman Buddy Hall, and to his right, the whiz, the Miz, Steve Miserak. Well, he is a whiz of a Miz.
I appreciate that.
Indeed. 9-ball competition. Buddy, I guess you've grown up playing it, haven't you?
Oh, I've grown up playing the game now. That's what they play in the South.
9-ball.
9-ball, one pocket, a little bit of bank pool, but mostly 9-ball.
And Steve, for a guy that was 14-1, and you moved to the 9-ball field as well.
Yeah, when we started playing it on TV, and it went quick, fast, and loose.
And there was a little money involved in it, too.
A lot of money involved.
I mentioned the fact that we're in semifinal competition. 100 of the best pool players in the world have been competing, and we're down to semifinalists, and it is not unusual that we find the best pool players are from the United States and from the Philippine Islands. And so it is that our 4 semifinalists, 2 represent the United States, and 2 represent the Philippines. Efren Reyes is the #1 player in the world. He's the defending champion, and he'll be in action in a semifinal match against Johnny Archer. And then we've got a young man by the name of Reed Pierce, who goes against, if he isn't the best player in the world, perhaps he's #2 in the world, Francisco Bustamante. That'll be the semifinal match you'll see today. And to brief you once again, that semifinal match today. Next week we'll bring you Efren in a semifinal match, and then the 2 winners will meet 2 weeks from now. You've known Reed for a long time, buddy. He's a young man out of Mississippi.
Yes, Jackson, Mississippi. Reed's well known all around the United States and probably the world, too. I've been playing Reed since he was, 15, 16 years old. He's always been a great player. He used to play on the little table. He told me a couple of years ago, he said, I'm just going to concentrate on the big tables. He concentrated on the big tables. He's playing great. Right here he is, right in the middle.
Efren Reyes, I said, Steve, is probably the best player in the world. He certainly has given evidence of that. He's had a magnificent season, defending champion. If he isn't, maybe Bustamante's is. How about this young kid from the Philippines?
Well, he has one of the most powerful breaks on the table, Francisco does. And if that break is working, he's going to be tough.
Sounds like an exciting open match. We thank you for joining us. Steve and Buddy and I will be back to get things underway. Welcome back to Chesapeake, Virginia. And the semifinal competition in the 1995 U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Let us check the rules that govern the 9-ball competition here. Well, we've got a chance. The winner breaks. Lowest numbered ball must be hit first. 9-ball can be pocketed through a combination. Pocketing the 9-ball wins the rack for you. Cue ball in hand after a foul. 3 consecutive fouls and you've lost the rack. After the break, push out is allowed and the race to 11 wins the match. We'll tell you more about the push out in just a bit as it goes along. This is Bustamante, who is from the Philippines and one of the great group of young Filipino players around the circuit.
He's a very powerful breaker, Tom, and as evidenced by the first break, you'll see he will try to hit him as hard as he can.
If he makes the 9-ball on the break, why, he's won the rack and will go 1 up in the race to 11. 9-ball sits right where it was when it was in the rack.
This is the part of the game that is uncontrollable. After the break, he has no shot here. He's snookered behind the 5. He cannot see the 1, so he has to push out. It's called a free push.
Now, the strategy with this is supposedly to make the push out tough enough so that Reed Pierce can't handle it, but Pierce in turn, but don't make it too tough because Pierce may throw it right back in your lap.
Exactly. It's called a free push. He can hit another ball. He doesn't have to hit the 1 as long as he calls push.
Now, he can make that 9-ball off another ball
right
any time.
Right.
He doesn't have to call it, but he must now in rotation play en route to the 9-ball.
You see where he put the cue ball on the bottom rail? He can make the 1 in the upper corner, but he has to hit it so hard to get position for the 3 because this corner pocket here is blocked with the 5 and the 8.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think Reed's going to do is try to play safe.
Yeah, I think he'll cross over the 1.
And he did just that, and
perfect.
Not bad, not
perfect.
bad. He's got that 1 ball in an unbelievably tough spot, and the crowd responds with a nice round of applause for Reed Pierce.
easy hit here for Francisco. He can go to the bottom rail and come back up and hit the 1, but who knows where the cue ball is going to wind up, and who knows where the 1's going to wind up.
And by doing it, he might, Steve, very well open up the table for
That's
Pierce,
possible.
Yeah.
Scratching the side. Well, Reed's got the first shot at the table, and he's looking at the 1 and 9.
Yeah.
I don't believe he'll play the 1-9 there.
You don't think he will?
I think he will.
Do you think he will, Steve?
And the only reason why I think he will, because he's going to look at the 5 and the 8.
Ball in hand, of course, as long as he hits that 1 and the 9 goes in, why, he's won it, hasn't he?
Yep.
These youngsters are gunfighters, but I feel like about the only way he can lose this game is shoot at the 9.
Yeah, but wait a minute. He's an underdog going in here. Bustamante is considered to be a better player. Why wouldn't he take advantage of this right off and see if he can't go up 1?
This is one match anybody can win.
Reed shoots straight.
All right, very well. Maybe wasn't that tough a shot, was it, man?
Well, he played a two-way shot. He played a safety and the combination. He drew his cue ball back to the end rail just in case he missed the 9.
So he had the best of all possible worlds going for
He
him.
played the best shot, yeah.
So Pierce takes a 1
See him
zip
shoot the
advantage.
1-9 and watch the cue ball come all the way up the table and the 1 come to the bottom rail. Even if he missed it, Bustamante wouldn't have had a shot.
A lot of green between the cue ball
Right.
and the 1.
Right. All he left was a bank or a possible safety.
All right. By virtue of getting the first rack, Reed Pierce now to break.
Tom, who do you like here, Tom? Who's going to win?
You know,
I
people talk
don't
about
know. That's why I have asked the management at great expense to bring in the 2 experts I have next to me, Steve Israel and Buddy Hall, to tell me who's going to win.
Well, he made 2 balls on the break.
Reed has a great break himself. See, his break hasn't been talked about. Everybody's flabbergasted by Bustamante's
because
break,
you
but
haven't-
Reed breaks the balls very hard himself.
We haven't seen Reed on the tube too much.
No.
So therefore, nobody knows too much about him.
But he
The
can play the
problems
game,
I can
can't he?
see are
Yes,
right
he
in
can.
this area right here.
Problem here is this first shot right here. I don't know what he's doing here. He tried to
Cutting
bank
back in
it.
the corner, didn't get it.
Tried to bank it
Yeah.
and duck.
Well, he didn't leave it all that good, did he? It's a
He
lot
did.
of green between the cue ball and the 2 ball. 3
don't-
ball sitting right in the pocket,
I
waiting for it.
don't know if he can hit the 2.
You don't
Buddy,
know if he
can he
can?
hit the 2?
I don't know. As you look at that angle, what would you think?
It's very
He
close.
seems to be right. He may have the edge
He's
here.
been no. He's
to
he's
the
elevating.
2 ball.
He's elevating his cue, so he's got to turn it a little bit.
I believe he's trying to curve it or jump it. He jumped it.
Oh, and he scratched, so it'll
Well.
be ball in hand. And look where the 2 ball is going to be, right in the pocket down there for Bustamante.
Okay, 2 scratches, Tom, and Reed may take a 2-0 lead here.
Well, he's got everything set up, hasn't he?
Well, the balls are laying fine.
The 2, the 3, the 4, 5, right in the middle of the table.
This is a textbook out right here.
Well, I see no problem with the 3 and the 4.
I thought you weren't a pool player, Tom.
Well, I've always thought I was, and yet I have a
Uh-oh, look at
bank
this.
statement that'll prove I'm not.
Look at this.
That's not the best, is it?
That's not the best, but he got away with it.
It almost got away from him.
He comes off this rail, he'll be in pretty good shape for the 5.
If he doesn't hit it as hard as he hit the other one.
That's fine. It's right there. Has to slow down a bit. Almost straight in. Not a gimme, but certainly not a problem. What
He's
about
perfect.
the 6?
He's
Is he
He's
perfect.
perfect there.
perfect.
All he has to do is come across the table to play the 6 in the lower left-hand corner pocket.
This is Reed Pierce trying to go 2 up.
Perfect. He's 2 up, Tom. We can bank on that.
We can.
Yes, we can.
He'll just back his cue ball up just a little bit here for a nice little angle on the 8.
Oh,
And the 9 sits right there.
you know, he made it a little difficult, not too. Off the side rail, back and forth, and shoot the 9 in the corner.
Right there. Straight in. Almost so. Up in the corner, though he does not have to call the pocket for the 9 ball. Just make it. He does. He goes up 2-0.
We may have an upset in the making here, Tom.
While we were away, Pierce won game 3, making the score 3-0.
And if Reed, this is the swing game here. If Reed wins this swing game, 4-0 is a very hard job to overcome.
Well, he has problems here.
With that one ball, indeed he has.
Reed is in this position. The 1 is right here. What he has to do is protect against this pocket and against this pocket. Now what he may do is just roll over to this area or to this area. Both of these pockets are blocked by both of these balls. It's really a touchy situation here. I think he'll just roll over to the side.
He can hit it.
He's looking at the other end of the table.
It
buddy.
looks like he can hit it, buddy.
Well, he's having to. Well, if he can hit it, he might shoot. Myself, I believe I would roll out.
Yeah, me too.
Even if he hits it, what's going to happen to it? Not much.
Well,
right?
he doesn't.
I definitely wouldn't curve my ball to hit it.
No.
He did hit it, though. Almost got that.
Uh-oh.
He may have gotten away with it.
No, it's dead, I believe.
I don't know how the 1-6 lays.
I think the
looks real
6
good from
is
here.
real good. Well, Bustamante has to run out here.
He's trailing 3-0 in the race to 11. Semi-final competition. The 1995 9-ball championship, U.S. Open.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It
it
looked
wasn't
like
as
there was
dead
a
as we
chance
thought,
that-
was it?
That ball
He actually
twisted a
threw
little
the ball.
bit.
He
threw
the
it.
ball.
He did.
Yeah.
He come off of the side of the 1. It pitched the 6 to the right. It actually looked like it twisted a
It
little
did,
bit.
yes. It took a little English.
So now, Reed Pierce, after the 1 ball.
He has to be careful. Remember, we're playing fouls on all balls.
That's right. Going left-handed.
All the top players, Tom, can play both
Either
hands.
hand.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you're seeing more and more and more of that.
All depends how our back feels when we switch.
Now we're back to the senior citizens
Yes.
again. Huh? Nobody uses a bridge anymore at all? Or,
Well, I
huh?
carry a bridge around with me now, called the stretch.
Looks like he's got this table pretty well set up for him. Remember, in 9-ball, you must play in rotation.
He was looking to see if the 1 ball passed the 9. He may come across table here. He may play the 3 and come 1 rail across table for the 4.
No,
No?
it goes by.
The 4 and the 9?
No,
No.
4 in the corner. 2 rails come up for the 6.
He doesn't have a whole pocket.
That's right, he does not. Beautiful.
And these pockets, Tom, are very tough. These are under 4.5-inch pockets. You can't fit 2 balls in the pocket, and the balls are 2 1/4 inches.
For the people looking in, I might remind you that the people playing the game at this level are unbelievably good shot makers. And in fact, that they may have gotten ahead of the game and of the equipment. And there's a lot of talk. Make the pockets smaller, too.
Oh, how much smaller can you make it?
I don't know. Just that you guys have gotten so good at this game that one man gets an opportunity. There's Melanie. There's Reed's wife. Get an opportunity like this, and you just slam the door shut. He's got the 9-ball right in the corner.
The
There's no
door
problem.
is being slammed very hard
sharp,
right in
yeah.
Bustamante's face
It's
right
going
now.
to be 4-0 in favor of Pierce on his way to the race for 11. Another nice round of applause. He continues to dominate, playing beautiful.
Yes, he is.
You have the best players in the world. They make it look easy.
4-0. Pierce over Bustamante. Bustamante, his opponent, sitting there as you might expect. Nothing has gone right for him. 4-0 right now in favor of Pierce with the break.
Now, this is one of the advantages to playing winter breaks. Now, playing winter breaks 4-0, he's really not all that far behind.
Boy, balls are
Look at that
flying
loser
everywhere. Look out
breaks.
for the scratch.
Look at this.
Yep.
Table
Wow.
sprung a leak, and all of a sudden he made 4 balls, or 3
Including
balls,
the cue ball.
Right, he made 4 balls.
That's right. And the cue ball was one of them,
Yes, it
unfortunately.
was.
So it's ball in hand now for Bustamante and a chance to get back into this contest. How's the table look to him, gentlemen?
It looks really soft.
I think you can run out from here, Tom.
Thank you very much, Steve. It's a compliment coming from one of the world's greatest players to recognize the slim talent I have at this game. Thank you. 4 up in the corner. He's got the 5 down here, 7, the 6. Yeah, I don't see many problems for him.
2 cushions. He's off the
Yeah, 5 ball down
5
here.
to the 2 cushions. 6 in the upper corner.
No problem to get position on the 6?
None.
None whatsoever. All right. Beautiful. Yeah. Only in my mind, really. That's
absolutely
beautifully done.
perfect.
Yeah.
Now he has to just stop or pull it back just a little bit. No problem.
Straight shot among the toughest in this game.
It's one of
You
them.
know, those straight in putts in golf are sometimes the toughest to make. I wondered if this too was
Long shots are tough,
on a
Tom.
lot of green, huh? Yeah. 7 ball and then the 9. Bustamante down 4-0. Beautiful. Opportunity to get back into this match. And he does.
Perfect.
So it is now 4-1. And it's a race to 11. The first to get to 11 games will win it and advance to the finals. We'll be back with more coverage of the 1995 U.S. Open 9-ball championship.
We welcome you back to the competition. Pierce won Game 6, and that makes the score 5-1.
I hate to detract from this great match here, but next week we have to look forward to Archer and Reyes.
Reyes. Ooh.
That 3 was in the hole
was- and came out.
out. Look how lucky Reed's
Yeah.
getting.
Oh, boy.
And the 5.
5 ball
took
managed to get the
residence.
1 a little bit, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Well, when it's going good for you, it goes all
That's
the way.
right. That's right.
Here's the 1, the 5, and the cue ball. He has to figure a way to shoot at the 1 without giving him a shot at it. I would suggest that he rolled a cue ball to right here. Right where he's...
One other little rule
Right where
governing
he
the
is.
game is there is a 30-second clock on these players, and they have 30 seconds in which to complete their shot.
I don't like this right here, because Reed can then turn around and do a job on him.
He has 2 big balls over there, the 2 and 7, if he likes to go 3 real safety. He
Or-
can hit the 1 thin.
Or if he can
go up
hit
behind
it
the 6.
full and go behind the 6. I would put him behind the 6. What about you, buddy?
If you can hit it full enough, yes, that's the easiest shot to control. But it looks like he's going to have to spin his cue ball
He
or
can
something
hit it
like
full
that.
enough. He can hit it full enough.
Well, it looks like he's trying to spin it. Look
Yes.
where he's got that
He's
stick
going
on
behind
it,
the
huh?
6. Going behind the 6.
Going up behind the 6.
Right behind the 6.
There you are.
He hit it great.
Yes, he did.
He hit
Beautifully
it great.
called.
Another fine shot.
That's why Hall and Miserak are 2 of the world's best.
He almost fell over as he was trying to pull that cue ball behind the 6.
That's called body English,
Yeah.
by the way, Tom.
He almost had that much on the cue stick, but he certainly had to add a little English to it. Beautifully done. And Bustamante is trailing 5-1 in this race for 11 and finds himself in trouble again. Magnificent player. He just hasn't had
Scratch
an
again.
opportunity, and he scratches, and now ball in hand for Reed Pierce. It looks like he might just run away with it again.
He's
It's
lucky
possible.
the 3's sitting there.
Yes, he
Yep.
is. Well,
The 1, the 3.
this looks like a pretty easy run out again, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks real simple.
Yeah.
The only problem with this run out is if you play position for the 4 ball in the lower right-hand corner, your 2 real angle.
Right.
You have... Okay, he's going to play the cue ball here to this area right here for the 3. Now the problem with when he shoots at this ball, well,
The problem when he shoots at the 3 is swinging around the 9, or he could kill it off the rail and come straight back up and pocket the 4 in the opposite corner. Let's see what kind of shape he gets here. I believe that's what he's going to do. He's going to come straight back up and shoot the 4 in the opposite corner.
this is a very touchy shot. Because the problem lies right here. Here's the 3. he has to play position to at least a straight in on the 4. If he goes past the angle, now the 9 and the 8 come into play.
Watch
And
it.
if you hit it too easy, you're hooked behind the 8.
Yeah, but he's hit it
Well,
beautifully,
he's hit it great.
gentlemen. Straight in now, isn't he, for the 4? Huh?
He's
I don't know. He may have a little angle here, and if he has a little angle,
he'll play position for the side pocket here.
The 5, 6, and 7 are waiting to be picked.
watch he don't draw it in the side. Perfect.
He did not.
That's perfect.
Beautifully done.
Perfect.
5 right straight across, 6 up in the corner. That's easy. 7 in the other corner, and the 8 and the 9, and he's on his way to taking a 6-1 lead.
See, he almost overshot the angle on that, on the position play. Had he went another 2 inches, the 8 comes into play, the 9 comes into play. He would have had a hard time getting on the 5.
Reed has the 3 C's going for him, Tom. He's cool, calm, and collected right now.
He's collecting racks. About to go up 6-1 in the race for 11.
He's going to collect some money, too, if
That's
he keeps
right.
it doing this.
That's right. He's played beautifully. He's not had that many difficult chances. But he's taken advantage of every good thing that's happened on that table.
I think he actually overdrew this a little bit. He didn't really want to have to draw his ball straight down
Straight
table.
back, he's got to draw it. That's perfect.
That's absolutely perfect.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
Now he can do 2 things. He can go to the side rail, or he can go 2 rails now.
Picture's worth 1,000 words. All Bustamante can do when Reed's shooting is just sit there.
And watch.
We call that the electric chair.
That's right. And there's no governor to send in a pardon at the last second. I guess.
Correct. A little hard, but he's okay.
Well, at this level, that shouldn't be that difficult a shot. Of course, he's playing to get to the finals. Beautifully done. And he now has a lead of 6-1 in the race for 11.
I have been playing a long time, and it's time for the youngsters to take over.
Well, I don't know if that's true. Buddy, everybody that I've been talking to you today wants to know why you aren't in the tournament. When are you coming back?
Well, I'll be back shortly. I moved down to Tampa, Florida. I opened up a new room down there.
He moved to the Sunshine State.
Yeah.
And you got a new pool
He
hall
doesn't
down there?
have much here. He may try to come in, nip the edge of this, knock it down here, and bring the cue ball over to this area. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I'm third owner in a place called Hot Shots. By the way, I'd like to say hello to TR and William and Steve Cook and all the guys at Hot Shots.
And remember, he's watching you.
Yeah, he's watching right now.
You know, son, I might not shoot this ball. I might push out here.
He played the shot I
Oh, he made
suggested.
it.
Oh, man. My goodness. These are tough pockets.
Oh, boy. that
You
is
couldn't
a
hit
tough
that ball
break.
much better.
No.
Look at that pocket, how small that pocket is.
That really gives you a good tell on just how small those pockets are. If
You know, that's the
Look
first
at that
ball
one
that he's hit that hasn't been direct into it, and it was
Well, that was a very tough shot. He
shot,
came
yeah.
off the rail to make that
yeah.
ball.
Now Bustamante with an opportunity to get back into it, picks off the 1 ball. He's trailing 6-1. This would be quite a comeback by the Manila native.
Tough shot right here, Tom, because he's got to hit it pretty hard. He's got to draw that cue ball back. And with these pockets being so small, anything is liable to happen.
Brunswick table, they're celebrating their 150th year. And of course, this is the 20th year of the 9-ball championship.
See what I
Oh
said?
boy, oh boy.
Well,
Hit it
he
too
got
hard
lucky.
and just rattled it in there.
That's exactly what
But he got
happened.
lucky.
But he got lucky. He got lucky.
He got very lucky.
Yeah, left nothing for Pierce. You know, Bustamante, he has 1 game or 1 rack so far.
But don't count him out.
No, it's just that he has not been playing in very good luck, and he had a tough shot there, as you pointed out, Steve, and it could have gone just as well as not, even though it rattled around.
This is an interesting situation here, Steve. Do you kick at the end rail or do you kick at the side rail? And why?
I kick at the end rail because I'm going to send the 2 ball up the top of the table and keep the cue ball down here. I
Why
would not
would you
kick
kick?
that way.
You don't kick at the side rail.
No. Me, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have kicked to the bottom.
That's ball in hand now, is it not,
Ball in
gentlemen?
hand. And
Which means Bustamante can put it anywhere and size up the table and go from there.
things are happening kind of funny right now.
Well, I thought Bustamante deserved to make it down in that pocket a moment ago.
Hit it a little too hard.
Yeah.
Anytime you're that close to the rail, you're going to watch out. You don't hit it hard, and it's going to blip out on you.
Now he's got the 5. Excuse me, bring down the 5.
The 3 to the 4,
Yeah.
and the 5 in the side.
Yeah. 8, 9.
Stop for the 8 and shoot the 9 in the corner. What's happening here is Bustamante missed the ball and left Reed safe. Then Reed missed a very, very easy kick. I don't know, but
That left Bustamante out.
It sure did.
but things can change very, very quickly. The old momentum can do wonders for your confidence and your break and your shot making and everything else.
Well, so far he's taken full advantage of this opportunity and is about to win his second rack. And so the score now goes to 6-2 in favor of Reed Pierce. Pierce leads 6 games to 2 in the race to 11, and here's Francisco Bustamante with the break. Needs a ball to go. Doesn't have one.
He came up dry.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Shot on the 1 ball. Is the 1 ball
But he can't make that 1 ball?
I believe he can. This is a giant game here. This is a giant,
pivotal
giant
thing, huh?
Here he has the 1 ball. The 2 is sitting right beside it. I believe he has room to play the 1 right in here and knock the 2 toward this pocket to have position.
Notice our referee is coming into play here.
All right, he'll watch the hit. Make
Yep.
sure it's a good hit.
He has to get pretty close to this 1 to make sure that the 1 is hit cleanly. Yes,
He's
he
not
can,
comfortable.
he can make
He
it.
wasn't
hit.
comfortable.
Good hit.
Huh?
Good
Good
hit.
Is the 2 where he wants it?
It's perfect right now.
Makeable down here in the corner?
Yes, it is.
He's thinking about playing it in the side.
You're kidding.
No.
No, he's
Don't.
coming in the corner.
He's playing it in the side, guys.
No,
No, he's
no.
got to cut it in the corner, not the side. Is he? See, in the corner. And now he got a friendly rattle there, didn't he?
It sure looked
Huh?
like he was playing it in the side. I know he's supposed to play it in the corner, but it looked like he was playing it in the side.
You see what's happening?
Oh, that's perfect. Now he just comes down table a little bit for the 4.
That might be the first ball I saw hit the rail
And
Yeah.
go in, huh?
and go in.
Yeah. He's got the 4 in the corner and the 5 up against the rail up in the top. 6 is wide open, 7 down here. Then he has to go from the 7 to the 8 if we look ahead. Is that a problem? If he makes the 7 over here?
It all depends where he gets on the 6. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
This could be a problem.
If the cue ball froze, it's a real problem.
Well, he's got to go across the table,
If the
doesn't he?
cue ball
No.
froze to the rail, it is a
Oh, the
problem.
5, excuse me. He's got to make the 5
Okay,
up there.
here's the
They're both
5
frozen.
on the rail. If the cue ball froze to the rail, that makes his position on this ball very tough. He'll have to play to the inside of the ball.
Well, wait a minute.
Here's
Does it
the
make
7.
the 5 ball shot a tough one if they're both
Yes.
frozen on the rail?
Yes, it
very
does.
That's not a picnic, is
Yes,
it?
it does.
And if he has to hit it fairly hard,
The way he's addressing it, they're both not froze.
tough shot.
Folds it
He's
back.
trying to play position for the
Overdrew it.
side. Oh, he played
Oh,
a great shot.
played it beautiful. Unbelievable. That's a lock right straight across. What kind of a problem will he have for the 7 ball?
Well,
Anything for position,
he's
Steve?
going to shoot the 6 on the side and just pull his cue ball back a little bit and try to cut the 7 in, come up the table for the 8.
I would say just stop right there if you have a problem.
He's
Just
got a
stop
little
right
angle.
there.
He's got a little angle.
He did stop it. He's got the 7 now in the corner over here, and he's got to get it back up to the 8.
Buddy, would you go to the rail or would just go straight up and down?
Oh, I'd hit the end rail here
And
go
go
all the way to the end rail at the other end.
Right.
I would bump the end rail. You have to hit it with a left-hand cue ball.
Perfect.
7 ball
Perfect.
takes it all the way back up. Got to bounce off the rail, and he's got the 8 ball dead.
He needs an angle.
9 ball a problem?
No, not right now.
He
He
leads
needs-
6 games to 2. We're talking about Reed Pierce, and he's looking back at the
Steve
9
shoots
ball.
this. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Steve shoots this shot about as well as anybody. You hit this with a high left-hand cue ball, just come 2 rails out. 1,
There
2.
it is. Get a move on. A little more, little more, little more.
You watch the big man here play. He's so effortless.
Now you see, all you guys can make this one. I wanted
too.
it to come this way a little more so us amateurs could make it. But I think there's a problem here that's beautifully done. But I tell you, don't give them a chance, an opportunity. They run away from you. That is now 7-2. You called it a pivotal game. It means a lot in this race for 11, huh?
Exactly.
Right there, that game was a huge game. A lot of difference in 7-2 and 6-4.
Yeah.
Or 6-3.
6-3, yeah. Yeah. And so it'll be Reed Pierce back up to break again.
Well, he's breaking perfect. He is breaking perfect.
What does he do with the one ball
problem
across the table?
I see with this shot is, here's the cue ball. This is the 2 in the middle. If he tries to cut this ball in, he's going to have to let his cue ball go back and forth across. It's really a tough way to play.
But look at the sideboards he's got with the 4 hanging in the hole.
Yeah, but what that tells you is you have to miss the 1 to make it. How do you play to miss it? I believe if he shoots at this, he'll actually bank the ball.
Back up into the corner across the table?
Across the table. No, he's cutting it. He's cutting it. He's going to go back and forth across.
Oh, he hit it. He hit it terrible.
Very, very tough shot there.
Really? If the 4 ball had been a little closer to that pocket, it would have kissed off and gone in, wouldn't it?
Yes. But he hit it into the rail so far it came out and hit the 4 ball flush in the face. Some of our big crowd here, sellout crowd here at Chesapeake.
Yeah, this is a no-miss situation. He cannot miss from here. If he misses from here, he's a goner. He's really in a situation where he really has to play perfect pool.
For the rest of the match, he better not make a mistake.
He's trailing, he being Bustamante, 7-2. Very important rack for him. Going to get nice position for the 3 ball down
This
here.
could
The
be-
4's up at the other end.
This could be tough.
This could be real tough here, Tom.
What's the tough part?
Well, the 9
Getting
ball.
position for the 4 or what?
Okay, you have the 3 here. He's got to come out this way. Now these balls come into play. He has to play position on the 4 at the other end of the table. This is really a tough shot.
He's taking a chance here.
Gonna try to come between them.
Oh, my.
He's accepting the long shot.
It's a pretty good shot right there.
I don't think
was.
this is an easy one either, is it?
The tough one is the speed. He's got to thin that 4 ball and hold it to make the 5 in the corner. The shot's not hard. The speed is tough.
So far, that's beautiful.
Perfect.
Look at the great position on the cue ball for the 5.
There's Reed
Yeah.
fidgeting.
7 ball will be right down in the corner again.
Straight,
7-2. Reed Pierce leads this man.
straight in, Tom.
Yeah.
He may draw it all the way back. No.
If he makes the 8 ball, the 9 would seem to be
Nice
a
and easy.
gimme.
Nice and slow and easy.
He does control the stick well, doesn't
Yes,
he?
he does.
Commented on that in the opening.
He's loose.
Yeah. And the plot thickens, gentlemen. It's now 7-3. Bustamante's trying to fight his way back into this contest. This is semifinal action in the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. Reed Pierce leads 7-3. Bustamante trailing 7-3. Big time break.
Uh-oh.
Look at the 9.
Look at this.
Look at the
The
9.
1 and the 9. The 4 didn't get it. No, it's wide open, isn't it, gentlemen? Huh?
Looks pretty good.
He has a shot.
He has a shot on the 9. The 1 and 9. He's got to hit the spin it a little bit.
Yeah, he has to overcut the 1. He has to cut the 1 back a little bit.
Is to overcut it. We'll
Yes,
get a good look at that with our camera.
Okay, he has to hit this ball real thin right there in order to make the combination. He has to overcut the 1, which he did.
He
Yeah.
did.
Oh, yes. Boy, and how close that cue ball came to a scratch, Steve, huh?
Bigger pockets with a scratch.
Yeah. All right. Bustamante is climbing right back into this one now. It is 7-4 in the race to 11.
Here's your key game, buddy. Back to the key game.
Yep. Oh, he came up dry.
Oh,
no.
we got one.
He may be dry anyway. The 6 has blocked him.
Yep. 6 is going to give him a headache in his pursuit of the 1 ball.
It's almost impossible to push to a safe place here. Here's the 1. Here's the 2. The 6 is blocking the cue ball. Now what he has to do is he has to figure out a way to push out, which I would push to this area right here, to keep him from making the 1 and still playing safe to this ball.
You'd push it down toward the 9 ball at this end of the table?
That's the way I would push it.
Closer to the corner.
I
don't
wouldn't
mean
move this. I would not move the 8.
I wouldn't have moved the 8.
We see what he did here? He played position for a kick.
Played position for a kick.
6 is still in his way, but he can go off the rail very easily and possibly slide down behind the 5, possibly put the 1 over by the 9 and leave the cue ball exactly where it is.
Right, possibly knock the 1 right into the 3 and mess up all of his plans.
If I was Bustamante, I would have never moved the 8.
If I was Reed Pierce, I'd let Bustamante go ahead and kick at it.
Yeah, you may be right there. Let him make the mistake. He's going to go behind the rail.
He has to call it. He's on a 30-second shot clock.
Yeah. He's leading 7-4 in the race for 11. Young Reed Pierce trying to advance to the finals.
He gave it to him.
Yep. He's going to give it back to Bustamante.
Yep. I know Bustamante wants to hit and stick right there. But the only problem with that, the 3 ball's as big as a basketball trying to shoot that shot.
He could float down behind the 5.
Well, that means he would be kicking at the side.
Oh, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's going to try to bring the cue ball back by the 4 and 8. That's what he's doing.
Careful.
He's left a shot.
Boy,
see, that's what I mean. I would have had to let him just go on.
Steve, you were right on with that cue ball, but the 1 ball was just hit too hard and is in good shape, isn't it?
Remember what I said also about moving the 8. He moved the 8 and left Reed Pierce a pocket for the 2 ball. But this is no easy shot in the U.S. Open when the score is 7-4, and you want to win bad.
And you're the underdog who suddenly is having a magnificent.
He's banking it.
I would never bank this ball. I would shoot it, play position for the 2 in the other corner.
Is he banking it? No, he's shooting it straight in.
Yeah.
Boy,
He just.
I'm telling you, that's a tough shot to hit that the way he tried to hit that ball. That's a hard shot. Trying to hit that with a high ball. He's opening the doors.
Tom, what did I tell you before about the momentum swing?
Yeah, it's such a fickle thing, and the pressure continues to mount. And even though he has a lead of 7-4, there's no lead too safe unless he has 11 games. And now this table looks like it's wide open. Whoops, where's he going? In the
side pocket.
Can he make that in the side?
Yes. Yeah.
It's open.
The only problem he's got is getting from making this ball is the problem.
The 3 ball?
Which shouldn't be a problem for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 ball back up across.
Perfect.
Yeah,
now I think the score is 7-5.
I think you're right, Steve Mizrak. I think you're right.
Notice when Bustamante strokes, as all good players, we aim towards the base of the ball. Notice the Q-tip where it is. Base of the ball all the time. That's to give you a good solid foundation to hit the ball.
As it turns out now, his play on the 8 ball gave him a pocket to put the 6 into.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, Buddy and Steve, it looks like we're down to a 7-5 contest here. Boy, anything can happen now. There it is, 7-5. Bustamante has run off 4 straight points. He trailed at one time 7-2, and now with 3 straight wins.
It's a contest now.
First thing he's got to do is hope that Bustamante doesn't break a ball. So far, so good.
Well,
but I don't know as how that one ball's in any kind of shape, is it?
I tell you, he may have a golden opportunity right here.
it looks like he's going to get a double kiss off the 1 if he shoots the 5. He's taking too many chances. I don't like what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he's left the one ball in tough shape. He's left Bustamante in kind of a tough spot.
But
He
suppose
left him in an almost impossible spot.
But suppose he made the 5, Tom.
Yeah, what would he do himself now
But
with the one, huh?
suppose he made the 5.
If he would have made the 5, he would have left himself in an impossible
That's right.
situation.
Indeed. See, it's the wisdom of the ages I'm sitting up here with. You got to think 2-3 shots ahead. Most guys that I know that play this game can't think past the ball in front of them.
You know, there's 80 years of experience here.
Here's the one. He has to figure out a way to come to here to make contact with the 1 ball. I believe he's going to play 3 reels. He's coming into here like this to play the 1.
No good.
Too long.
Well,
now,
Reed better win this game. That's all I
ball in
can tell
hand
you.
now for Reed Pierce, who must win this game. I would think he can't allow a chance like
You're
this to get away.
You're
can he?
right. You're right.
The key to this game is the 3 ball. It all
Yeah, it
depends
isn't a
on
mess
where he
down there,
lands
isn't
on
it?
the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the 1 here, the 2 here, and the 3 right here. He has to play the 1 in here and bring the cue ball back to this area so he can play the cue ball straight across to this area right here on the 3 ball. That's what we call playing 3 balls ahead.
And he's
That's
got to
great
get
strategy.
he's got to get an angle on the 3 also,
He's
or straight in. He
Right.
can't have the long angle where he has to come into the 6 or 7.
Now he's got to come off that rail, put the 2 ball in the corner, and bring the cue ball all the way back across the table.
Right.
Jimmy?
To shoot the 3 in the
Yes,
same
in
pocket,
the
he's
same
making the
pocket,
2.
yeah. And he's very much aware of that 5 ball up there too. You know.
No, he's looking at his backhand.
Oh, I see.
He's having trouble letting it go.
Oh, but I tell you,
That's pretty good.
I think
Yeah,
it's great.
we have
He
every
is?
once in a
Oh,
while. We just
boy.
can't let it go. It wants to go off in our hands.
That's exactly right.
I think he just played a beautiful shot, gentlemen.
Things are a little sticky right now.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
leads 7-5.
He even played below the angle just like he had to.
Perfect.
What a big game this would be for Pierce to win. Beautiful position, 4 ball in the corner, 5 up in the side, I should say, and the 5 in the corner, 7.
The only
6.
thing he's got to worry about now is shooting from the 6 to the 7.
I would just play the 7. I'd just play straight in on the 6. I would just stick right there when I shot the 6.
Slow roll it, get straight in, do something.
I played it right there.
Don't take any chances.
Just like it was a Velcro table. I'd just bang it in there and hold it right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I played 2 rails, 2 rail position out of the upper corner here so I can make sure that I got dead straight in on the 6 because all I'd want to do is stop my cue ball when I shot at it.
I think there might be a little bit of nerves there too. This is a
I
tense
don't worry about touching balls with my clothing. It's other parts of my anatomy I worry about touching.
Miz, we aren't going to bring that up.
Quiet.
I'm not going to say a word about that.
Now he's either got to slow roll it or stick right there.
No, I wouldn't slow roll it for nothing on this.
Yeah, but he's liable to snap it back 2
Would
inches.
you slow roll it?
I don't know.
I'd hit and stick. I'd
If he
have to
does.
have confidence that
That's
I
what
could
he's
hit
doing.
it full in the face and
But
stop.
he's liable to snap it back.
Beautiful.
That's perfect.
Beautiful. You got your play there, buddy. He hit it and stuck it, didn't he?
He didn't want to go around the world with that rascal.
No.
7 in the pocket in the corner. Put the 8 in the
Perfect.
same place. 9 back over here. Crowd beginning to warm to the idea that Reed Pierce could be up 8 games to 4 in the race to 11. What a great semifinal match this has turned out to be. And it's not over yet.
Tom Henderson
right.
really showed us to come to play.
Boy, what a game to come back and win.
Yeah.
Momentum was beginning to go the other way.
During our break, Pierce won game 14 to make the score 9-5.
He said it's extremely difficult for Bustamante if, indeed, Reed gets to 10 games to win 6 in a row. There's a ball.
Oh, look at the way these are
Two.
going to
Look
take
at
up.
this.
Number two's going to...
Oh.
Man. I mean, that's where you want them to stop, guys.
Sayonara, baby.
Yeah, if you can't get that 9 ball to go, the rest of it is just fine the way it sets up.
He put himself on the hill here.
Making you a little nervous now. His wife looks on. She's the pretty lady to the left there. Not to be confused with the pretty lady to the right.
He really done about as much with that as you would want to do.
Yes, he did. Now you got to stay clear of the pockets, side pocket, and you're okay.
And you don't want to be straight in, so I want to hit the second rail here. Do you?
I might not want to hit a rail.
I play the second rail as kind of like a guideline.
Yeah.
I want to go at least 2 there.
Maybe
back away.
Don't hit a rail. Just come out in the middle. That's
Rattle
exactly
this way
what
in.
Buddy said right there.
Yeah. Where does
Well,
he take it
played
for the
too
6
far away
ball?
from the ball.
Where does
Well,
he go to put the 2 ball for the 6 ball?
Right in the middle of the table. And just cut it in.
Cut it up in the corner?
He's got to watch out he don't draw this 5.
Oh, he hit it great.
He hit it
He's
great.
playing
Yeah.
great.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
For all
He's
of his
playing
nervousness and
Here
somewhat
again, you don't want to
apprehension.
foul. You don't want to see any ball. You touch any ball, it's a foul.
Yeah, and he's got to shoot over the 9 ball. 6 in the corner and stiff it there and put the 7 across the way.
That's exactly right. You're learning, Tom.
Yeah, from here it's easy for me, Steve, Missouri. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know how many television cameras he's had watching him, though, and guys up here, world-class players like you two, checking every move.
You're right. That is a different pressure.
Yeah.
You're exactly
Yeah.
right.
Boy, I tell you, he's got this just wrapped up.
Okay. Looks like it's
9 ball. Doesn't have to call it, remember. Just make it. And that'll give him his 10th game.
Playing good.
Reed Pierce.
10-5.
5, 2-1. And maybe Bustamante may not get to the table again.
May not get up out of the electric chair. Huh?
Oh, you don't want to.
My goodness,
that.
you don't want to do that.
Not this game. Reed.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows he doesn't want to do that.
Goodness gracious, you don't want to give this guy an opportunity.
Ball in hand to Bustamante. He's down 10 games to 5. Steve Miserak commented a moment ago with Buddy that it's very tough to run off 6, but don't count the guy out.
Look at that. Look at it jump.
Boy.
He hit it so hard. He's so pumped up, full of adrenaline right now that he wants to bust that 1 ball in half.
I don't see a problem on the table, do you?
There is none.
No.
Well,
I
the
like
3.
it's
All he's got to do is
The
get on the 3.
Right off the rail, right up
The only
in the
problem
corner.
for Bustamante is the score.
Yeah. 3 in the corner and stiff it there, and the 4 ball back over here. It looks like a lock. Take on his 6th and close the gap. Yeah.
Well, he wanted to get down a little farther, didn't he?
I don't know. That's right straight across, isn't it, guys?
He's okay.
Almost.
He's okay.
And then he'll put the 5 back up in the corner, 6 back down here. See right off the rail. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Why don't they just re-rack him and go on him? huh?
Sure, but you know how many times I played a guy and Buddy's played a guy and where he miscued the last shot?
Oh, boy. Has it in turn happened to you guys during your own careers? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We've been the receiver of
And the
that
giver.
as well.
And
yeah.
the giver. Huh?
We've been the doers, the givers, and
Yeah,
the
the
receivers.
pitcher and the catcher.
Look at this.
Careful.
Look at this. He may be in the hole.
He might scratch. He might
Don't.
scratch.
Dude. Oh,
That's not too good.
that
right
is
there.
terrible. He had this game in hand.
Well, he should still have it in hand.
Make the 7 down here.
Side pocket.
He's thinking about side pocket. He's thinking about playing it in the side pocket.
I keep forgetting how good you guys are at this game. I can't envision that being cut into the side pocket. Wow. That is a great shot. I think that's a great shot. And I don't know if he did himself any favors with that position on the 8 ball.
Well, yeah, but this has got to be a greater shot here.
You got to be tough to play this game at this level. All right, Bustamante comes back 10-6. All right, here is Francisco Bustamante's now. He just picked up the last rack. He's trailing 10-6 in the race to 11 in the all-important break.
It's now or never.
Yeah, the odds are even. Oh, got a ball.
Oh, look at
look.
Oh,
boy,
he got lucky.
Got away. The cue ball looked like it was going in.
That's what it takes to get it started,
That's right.
guys.
One
Yeah,
ball.
but-
Can he make the one ball in the corner?
No,
He
no,
can't,
he can't.
huh? Yeah, he's down 10-6. He must not lose this rack.
No, he's shooting the
He's going to
7.
get back into this. He's going for the 7, Steve?
Yeah.
There you are. All right. Now, and he's got good position on the one. That's a beautifully played
Perfect.
shot.
You want to know something? It's 10-7.
10-7. Steve Miserak,
Prediction.
who's been around a few pool tables in his lifetime, great champion, says it's 10-7.
He underhit that.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
he's
Still
got
okay.
2 right in the corner, 3 on the far side.
Now he's got to go 2
This-
rails.
Yeah, and the ankle
Buddy, put
that
it
he has.
put it on the telestrator, buddy.
Okay, the ankle that he has here brings him right into the 3.
He's got to reverse his ball a little bit.
Yeah, that's tough. He reversed it.
But still not bad. It'd be better if he was shooting the 4, but he's still all
I don't
right.
have that much confidence in that shot
Stay
to shoot it that way.
Stay away from the side pockets here. Too much scratching going on.
He has done that several times. Put the ball in hand.
Oh, he hit it good.
Oh, boy,
He hit
hit
it
it
good.
beautifully. And given Reed Pierce, who leads 10-6, some big opportunities that the young
Gotta
kid
be
from
careful.
Jackson, Mississippi has capitalized on. Francisco climbing back into this now. 5 is up in the corner. 8, 9.
What do you think one of Francisco's hobbies is?
Wouldn't be golf, would it?
How about shopping?
Shopping?
Yeah.
Are
Like
you
my
shopping?
like my wife.
Yeah.
Like all wives. They deserve it, though. They deserve it. To put up with us for so
That's
many
right.
years around the
That's
pool
right.
table.
That's right. 1 foot on the floor. All right. Bustamante closes the gap. It is 10-7. Bustamante is going to let him get that a little
Well, he
bit.
won't break again.
If he wins, it's over.
If he
Yeah.
wins, it's
All right.
he's got
Okay.
10. Okay.
1 ball is up in the corner, and I can make the 1 ball.
Can he make the one?
Yes. Tell me, Steve, you can make the 1 ball. Look at
If he
it,
can
huh?
make the 1.
What do
If
you
he
think?
can, it's close. If he can make
the
that one, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, it looks to me like that the problem lies right here. If he has enough room to make the 1, all he has to do then is get into this area right here when he shoots it to 3, and I believe you'll have room to pass by there.
It's close. I'll
He's
tell you
shooting straight
that.
at it.
Got to get by the 6.
I don't.
He may have a dead 9 ball.
You think the 9 is dead?
I don't
may
like
be.
what's going on here.
Isn't the 8 ball right up against it and going to keep it out of there?
Maybe.
But it may be a dead kiss.
Here, the 1 ball may be able to shoot straight into the 9, building it off of the 8 in the corner pocket.
Looks like it is.
It looks like it's a dead shot. It was
It
dead.
was indeed. It is now 10-8. Bustamante has climbed right back into it.
And what I don't like is Reed's over there, sitting in the chair, shaking his head.
Right after he missed that 1 ball, he went over and sat down and just shook his head, put his head down and shook it. He knew that he'd made a big gaffe. And Bustamante was not about to let it get away.
If he gets another shot.
Needs to make a ball. He's not going to. No, didn't make a ball.
Okay, here's again.
There it is.
1 ball and
Opportunity.
Reed's got another chance.
what is that? The 1 and the 7 up there?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, he has to hit this side of the 7. He has to be careful that the 1 doesn't drop to right there, because the cue ball is going to come up and out. He has to be very careful that the 2 doesn't fall behind, that the 1 doesn't fall behind the 2. He hit it full. He hit it very full.
For the second time in as many times, he's been unable to convert the 1 ball, and Reed Pierce looks on, wondering what the pool gods
happening?
have in store for him.
And if he makes this, we could have a 10-9 match.
Bustamante was down 10-6. Beautiful. Beautiful shot. Pierce got off
He
to
also
a
has to be
4-0
careful with the
lead.
7.
That's exactly right. See, these pockets are so tight, Tom, that if he draws that 2 and locks it in with the 7, neither ball may go. Good shot.
Played it well. Now he's got the 2.
Got to go 2 rails. He can draw it over to the side and back out, or he can go 3 rails. He's drawing it back to the side rail where he is and back out in the middle of the table.
He'll put the 3 ball right back up in the same pocket.
Absolutely perfect. Watch the foul. Uh-oh, 10-9.
What about the 4 ball?
Straight in, just draw straight back. Buddy,
He's already looking ahead at the 5.
would you
9
draw
ball's
way
not
back?
affecting it, huh?
I
Would you
draw,
draw?
yeah, I draw it quite a ways back. I wouldn't take any chances.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that.
No?
I'd have drew it way back. That way I could have swung it up in between the 6 and 9 and maybe boost that 9 up by the side so that he can make the 8 and just stick right there and shoot the 9 on the side. But that's good. He should handle it.
He's going to draw it. He's going to cheat the pocket and try to draw it up.
Should handle this.
Mm-hmm. Bustamante was down 10-6.
10-5 at one time, wasn't
That's right.
he? If you make the 6 on the side, do you go above this 8 ball or do you play below the 8 ball?
Well, if you can get the cue ball above the side without hitting the 9, you play above it.
Boy, that's a beautifully played shot.
This is no bargain.
Boy, he's got to be careful here.
This is no luck?
No, with the table drawn.
Man, I would want to be shooting this. I'd much rather be closer to this one.
I'm a little nervous right now sitting
What?
up here.
In the side?
Absolutely.
See,
From 10-6. It is 10-9. Fuentes from Manila, now lives in Germany. Considered one of the great young players, not only in the Philippines, but in the world.
Look at the 9. Didn't move an inch.
Needs to get a ball to go.
7's going. 7's going.
7's going in the...
Look at where the 1 wound up.
Wow.
Wow, did Reed get lucky
he
there?
ended up making 2 balls on the break.
Yes,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
He'll just play to this side of the 1, banking the 1 to here, I believe, and bring his cue ball back to here, to this area right
You're
in
not
here.
talking about making it. You're talking about
Talking
playing
about
it
playing
safe.
safe.
Yeah.
2 rails safe. Bring him behind the 6 and the 8. Oh, man.
Boy, what a good shot. Wow.
We are going to have a photo finish.
What I try to do here, I try to hit this rail and make sure I play it long enough. I play this side of the 1, so if I come underneath it, I can kick it back up here or possibly even cut it in the pocket.
Me, at this point in time, I just play to hit it.
I play to hit this side of it.
Yeah, but if you just cut it and
Artemis.
rolled it over toward that corner, you could leave it hanging there, couldn't you?
I'll tell you what, you can't be exactly precise on this shot. You just have to take your chances
Of hitting the one
and
ball.
try to do something, but don't miss this one ball. Crucial. I mean, I'm telling you, he looks like he's going too short.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Looks like he's going
No,
too short.
he hit
Oh,
it.
he hit
Beautiful.
it. Look at this
Yeah.
shot.
Boy,
Now he needs a
Oh,
little
my
help.
God, look at this shot. He made
That's
there.
beautiful.
Oh, he got lucky.
Pressure's 10 cents a ton. What
Oh.
a great shot. What a great shot.
Now, Reed called the referee out
Yeah.
to watch this shot. Now, the reason why he called the referee out is because Bustamante can hit the back of the rail, hit the side rail, hit the one, and not hit the rail again.
Okay, what Steve's talking about is he may come down here, hit this rail, come in, hit close to this rail, knock the one out this direction. The cue ball actually come out here too without hitting a rail after he hits the ball. That's the reason he's called a referee over. He wants to make sure he hits the rail after contact.
What do you do here, buddy? You hit it hard or you hit it soft?
Pretty hard, yeah. I'll go ahead and hit it.
He's not.
See what I'm saying?
It's a foul. He didn't hit the
It's
rail.
a foul.
See what
He
I said?
didn't
Get
hit
the
the
rail.
rail. Bustamante thought he did. Referee was quickly on that cue ball, though, and said no, didn't he?
That's exactly
It
what
looked
happened.
like he didn't get a rail.
No, it didn't.
Bustamante thought that, I think he thinks he got jobbed on that and that he had a pretty good shot.
Jobbed.
The referee was right on top.
Right on top.
Here it is, here it is, here it is. Take a peek.
Okay. There's the rail. It did not get back.
Boy, that is so
It
close,
didn't get
isn't it?
back.
Yeah. Didn't get back.
Boy, that was close. Referee was on it, just, you know,
He was right there.
yeah, scooped up that cue ball and said no.
Reed better shoot before he's trying to find a way to miss. Trying to do it.
Steve, I love that comment.
Shoot.
This kid's playing the toughest match of his pool career, trying to get to the finals of the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. He leads 10 games to 9. Can't make a mistake now.
Having trouble pulling the trigger.
Boy,
Yes, he is.
now what
Yes,
does he do?
Did you hear what Buddy said?
No.
He's having trouble pulling the trigger.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Just
Up in the corner.
slide over and shoot the 3 on the side.
Well, you can only imagine the pressure this kid is feeling.
Oh.
Did he make it? Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
He hit
Free
it well.
ball.
Well, I think he can
Is it-
handle
is
this.
it over?
I think so.
All right.
All depends. He cannot get straight in on this 5. He can't. He has to guard against getting straight in, buddy. Don't you
You
think?
know what you have to worry about here when you're hitting it this soft is the ball hopping on you when it hits the 3. A lot of times it'll hop, just stick.
Oh, he
He's
didn't
straight.
want. Look at this.
He's straight.
You don't like that?
What I tell you. He
You
did
don't like
not
it?
want. He did not want to get straight in.
If he's straight in enough, he may go here like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, other than just stop right there. If he does have a slight angle, shoot the 5 straight in, hit this rail, the end rail, and back out.
How about drawing it back and shooting the 6 on the side?
Well, he's. I don't think he has the angle.
If he draws it straight back,
You gotta be careful of the corner pocket doing this.
He did draw it back, Steve. That's right. There he is.
That's a nice shot.
That's a beautiful shot.
this is the shot
This will
that
tell us.
will either smoke it or
This-
Bustamante will be up again.
This is the toughest shot he's had this whole tournament
It
right
is
here.
10.
This might be the toughest shot of his career.
He's trying to win the semifinal match. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That, I guarantee you, was the toughest shot of his whole career right there
Well,
so far.
Bustamante looks on. I'm sure he feels as though he was victimized by
No,
that
he wasn't.
call, but he
Slow
wasn't.
motion.
Yeah, we saw it again on replay. It was a very good call.
Look at this. Look
Now
at
the
this. Look at
9
this.
ball to win
Oh
it.
my God! He
Not
didn't
a-
want to. He
did-
did not want to
oh.
get there. He made it tougher than what it was, what it should be.
He leads 10-9. He makes this, he wins the first 2-11 and advances to the finals. Reed Pierce. What a great match. What a great match. I think that young guy. That's a Mississippi Rebel yell if I've ever heard one, huh? Boy, is he happy.
And the crowd is suddenly behind him 100%. What a great match it was. You know, Bustamante was down 10-5. And Reed Pierce hung on to win it. First to 11, he'll advance to the final.
Wow. Wow.
He's over shaking hands with Bustamante again.
What a shot that was.
It was indeed a great, great semifinal match. And so many highlights and points in it. We'll be back in talk. Reed Pierce, the young man from Mississippi. What a great victory for you. Congratulations.
I sure appreciate that, Tom. It was a great victory for me. I've never been in this spot before. I just started the tour last year, and I feel like, you know, I just feel great right now. I'm just going to try to get ready for tonight.
Congratulations once again, and the very best of luck to you as you get into the finals of this 9-ball championship. Good luck.
I appreciate that.
Over the young man from Manila, and that's Francisco Bustamante. So he goes into the finals now. It'll be against either Reyes and or Archer, and we'll see that in a couple of weeks. And of course, we'll see you next week, and we'll have that other semifinal match. Hello and welcome to Chesapeake, Virginia. Prime brings you coverage of the 1995 U.S. Open 9-ball championship. I'm Tom Kelly with a couple of gentlemen here, former champions, that'll bring the expertise to our telecast. First of all is the rifleman, Buddy Hall, and the gentleman to the far side over there, Nick Varner, who won this tournament in '89 and '90. And of course, Buddy, looking at you, you won it 5 years ago here when it started at the Holiday Inn. It's in against the winner of a very tough semifinal match, and that sends Efren Reyes against Johnny Archer. And Reyes is the defending champion and on a real streak, and some say he might be the best pool player in the world. You played him last year. Tell me about that championship match.
Well, it was a pretty good match. He got a little bit of a jump on me in the match, and then I almost caught up, and then he went ahead and ran the last 2 racks. So he beat me last year, and he really has been on kind of a tear ever since. He's won a lot of tournaments since that tournament. He's been playing great pool.
Indeed, he won the World 8-ball. We saw him do that up at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas. Johnny Archer's not to be taken lightly, though, and in fact, head-to-head, Archer's got an edge on Reyes.
That's right. Johnny's a little ahead in the series that they've played. Johnny's won a few more matches than Efren, especially in the finals. They've played in the finals a couple times, and Johnny prevailed there.
Well, I should say that Nick is from Owensboro, Kentucky. We're going to be down there in your fair city for a big tournament, too, as we continue our coverage of the Pro Billiards Tour. We're looking forward to coming down in some of that nice hospitality. Maybe you'll make us all colonels or something. Do you do that down there? Huh?
Yeah, they sure do. And
not they, you. I expect you to do it.
Oh,
Nick.
me?
I'm just forewarning you now.
He'll take good care of us.
I'm sure he will. Well, enough of that. Let's get on with the competition. Semi-final competition. Efren Reyes, he might be the best in the world against Johnny Archer. Semi-final. The winner goes on to the championship next week. We'll be back to give you the look at the rules and get the lag and find out who gets the break after we... Prime continues its coverage of the 1995 U.S. Open 9-ball championships. Efren Reyes, he's on the left of your screen. That's Johnny Archer on the right, and now the lag to see who'll get the opportunity for the first break. Could be the most important shot either one of these two men will make in this race to 11. Beautifully done, both of them, and it's going to be Reyes who will have the break. All right. Before he does that, we'll run down the rules for you that govern 9-ball competition. The winner breaks. Lowest numbered ball must be hit first. 9-ball can be pocketed through a combination. Pocketing the 9-ball wins the rack for you. Cue ball in hand after a foul. 3 consecutive fouls and you've lost the rack. After the break, push out is allowed and the race to 11 wins the match. Here's Reyes for the break now. I'll tell you, they don't waste any energy. Thunderous with the break, but he didn't get a ball to fall. Nick and Buddy, what do you think as Archer takes over? The 1 ball's a long way from the cue ball, but it looks to be wide open.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a shot where he can pocket the 1 and just come up between the 7 and 8. And it looks like he's laying pretty good, especially if he can get good position on the 2, which is right next to the 9.
Boy, that was a big break for nothing to fall, Buddy Hall. I mean, those balls all over the table, nothing went in, huh?
All right. But everything seems to be laying out fine. If he can just go between the, I would say between the 7 and 8 here, I don't see any problems.
2, brings it back. He's got the 3 ball at the other end.
He's overhit it a little.
Yeah, just a little. He's going to have to cut it back. These two are both outstanding players, these two men, as befitting guys who among the 100 best players around the world started competition. They're down to semifinals. The winner goes on to meet Reed Pierce, the young man out of Mississippi who played so well a week ago. I hope you watched that match. It was a dandy. All right, now down here for position on the 4.
Here's the 4 ball right here. He has to play position on this ball. He may play underneath it to this area right in here. That's what he elected to do.
Cuts it back in beautifully. Now he'll take it up in the corner. What about position for the 6 ball, buddy?
Well, looks like he may have a slight angle. He may be able to travel this direction a little bit, but not much. He may elect to come back this way.
The 9 ball is up against the cushion. If he draws it back, that could be a problem. But if the 8 ball doesn't get him, he's got the 6 ball. Not the easiest of shots, Nick, or is it? How do you, huh?
Well, he's got to stay down on it and hit it good. I think, though, he likes the shot, but it is a missable shot. But I think he's a favorite because he just got to make the ball here. Position is
well done.
Almost.
Nice position, huh?
Yeah, if he can stop up on top of the 8, I know he would rather do that, but he may have to come down for the side.
He's going to do that as he does, bring it down for the side to put the 8 ball right in where he put the 7 and then draw it back down to the rail, buddy, for the 9 ball. Is that it?
Well, he's going to have to play the 8 in the corner. He went a little too far for the side. He'll probably play the 8 in the corner and just draw back to the end rail for the 9, which he likes this shot.
There's the 8, and the 9 is in great position now, and Johnny Archer looks to be off and running with the first in the race to 11 here in the 1995 9-ball championship, the U.S. Open. So Archer takes a 1-0 lead over Efren Reyes. Nick, let me get your opinion. What would you think about loser getting to break? Are you an advocate of that, or what would you think about that kind of a rule change?
Oh, I kind of like loser breaks. I kind of like that format.
Well, Buddy is an advocate of that as well, Buddy Hall, and it really makes it a very competitive thing, doesn't it? You get to see, you know, we tell people these are 2 of the very best players in the world. You get a chance to see them both play then, don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, here's Archer for the break.
He's off to a good start winning that first game. That first game sometimes hard to win, and now he's got this break. He's breaking from the same side of the table as Efren did, and
he's made 2 balls on it.
Yeah, he got the 1 in the side, and the corner ball went.
I would say that there's a good chance that he'll play this ball down to here and just pull the cue ball back over to this area right here if he elects to shoot.
You are talking about making the 2, are you, Buddy?
Right,
good.
making the 2.
Yeah. Will the 6 bother it down here in the corner?
He played safe.
Yes,
he
did.
went for the safety, and a good one, too.
But it's kind of a win-win situation for him there, the way he played it, although the 2 ball could have been made, but he's left it in a very tough spot, and he's left Reyes in no shot at all.
He can either go to the end rail, come between the 9 and the 5. He can come here, come between the 9 and the 5, like so, or he can play this angle.
Beautifully played.
Right on the money.
Just as you said, the second option is the one he took, and beautifully played, too. Well, why not? This guy won this tournament a year ago. He has won 3 majors, straight, World 8-ball, and this one, the 9-ball championship, U.S. Open, a year ago. He has really had a magnificent run. And don't sell this guy short, Archer, because he has an edge over Reyes in head-to-head competition.
See, Johnny breaks the balls better than Efren. That's why I actually even give Johnny the edge in the match. I like Johnny's break. Johnny's going to have more opportunities after the break than Efren, I believe.
Well, most of the time, it's who wins these matches is who gets the most opportunities after the break.
Right.
Well, there's a little play-safe attempt, and he's pretty well got that 2-ball covered up by the 8 and by the 7.
I believe this is going to come too long. I believe this shot's going to come too long.
Wow, he got it. That was a great hit. Sure was.
Beautiful. And he might make a ball on it, and oh, look at that 7-ball hang up. Oh, what a great play to have a bit of bad luck happen to you right at the end, huh?
Well, that was a great hit on the 2-ball.
It was.
Key here is making the 2.
Up in the corner to the right. Beautifully done.
Made it.
He's checking now to see if the 5 goes by the 6.
I believe
Does it look like that to you?
Yeah, I believe it passes.
Either that or he has to draw up for the side pocket, and it's a little bit easier to play it in the corner. Yeah. Looks like he's just he's
did draw it back, didn't he?
The way to this.
Just the 9 ball.
Oh,
Ooh, I don't
I would
know.
have never played it that way.
But he's
never played it
he's
that
got
way.
himself in a.
6 might have got a little bit tough to even pocket it.
Well, wait a
He
minute.
has to end. He has to put the cue ball back almost where it's at right now,
Yeah.
in order to be able to pocket the 6.
Yeah. Inside. Rammed that one home, too. Now then.
Honestly, don't know if he's got enough room to make this ball.
This is kind of tight here on whether he can hit enough of the 6. It's going to be real close. He seems to look like he can, but he's stretching, too, on this shot.
Bob Early is the referee. Oh, good hit. And early the referee was watching it to make sure it was a good hit, and it certainly was. And now it would appear that he's a cinch to go up 2-0.
You know, he's got a couple choices here. He can play the 7 and go across 2 rails, or what I like the best is just to stay underneath the 8 and just bounce off the rail there. Keep it simple.
Take the 8 up in the corner and be back here for the 9, and this ooh.
Oh.
Another shot I like there, too, just rail first the 7, hit the natural 2 rails and come above the 8.
This is super thin here. He's got to try to cut it in the same pocket he played the 7, and this is a hard shot here. This is a real hard shot.
I know a guy back home slices salami about this thin, but I tell you, this is...
Boy, he hit that ball nice.
Beautiful.
Great shot. Great shot.
Unbelievable.
U.J. Puckett, an old-timer that's dead now, he was in this restaurant at Times Square, Old Times Square in Dallas. He told the cook, the guy that run the restaurant, he said, listen, he said, if I could cut a 9 as thin as you cut this bacon, I'd beat everybody I ever played.
Well, Archer, with a magnificent play on the 8 ball. A very, very tough shot. Put it in the corner, and then the 9 ball was relatively easy, of course. Oh, yes.
Now that corner ball, that 3 ball, he made it last time in that right corner and then made the 1 in the side. Let's see what happens this time.
Archer on the break, leading 2-0. Oh, the 3 went right around the corner.
He missed them both that time.
Nothing went. And the table has the 1 ball.
Wow.
In pretty good shape now.
Looks like the key here is going from the 1 to the 2. What do you think, buddy?
It's tough.
Because the 7's kind of in his way there on the rail.
It's tough. He may play the cue ball right off of the 7.
Can't he bounce it off the 7 and get it back out on top for the 2? See,
That's
like
exactly
that.
what
Beautiful. Oh, you know, and a bit firmer, he'd have made the 9 too, wouldn't he? How did you see it? Looked like the 7 was going to knock it in. Or do I have a bad angle? Maybe I have a bad angle.
Well, I think he did what he wanted. He can come across here for the 3, and he just needs to be sure that he gets close to full, close to straight in on the 3, so he can just draw back a couple feet for the 4.
If he gets to the 7, he'll be able to bank or play a combination to knock the 9 in. It seems as though this table's in pretty good shape for him. The 5 is at the other end. You got to come off this rail, take it all the way back up on top. What's he doing?
Yeah, he's got to go to the left side of the 8 coming up table, the ball that's on the close to the spot at the other end with a little left English, and he's done it very nicely.
Right, the 5 and the 6 will be... Does he play the 6 right back down in the corner where the 9 ball is then?
He would like to, but he went a little too far. He may have to kill this or draw above it. No, he went for the kill shot, and he fell perfect angle. He's
a fine player, this Reyes. He's down 2-0, but looking to get right back into this race for 11. 6. Now the 7 and make the 9.
Yeah, he'll play the combination on the 7 and the 9, and he's got good position for the shot.
And there it is. So Reyes picks up his first rack. It is 2-1 in favor of Archer, and Reyes now will have the break.
Now he made the 1 in the side, 7 in the corner, and it looks like he'll get a start off with a combination on that 2 and 3 ball.
The 2 and the 3?
It looks like he has a combination shot here at the 3. He has to be careful of this ball, the 4. He wants to make sure that the 2 stays in this area and the cue ball in this area. if he plays the combination.
Yeah, he almost needs to run into the 4, I think, Buddy, to stop the cue ball to
Right.
get position on the 2.
Right, that's probably what he'll do. Probably come into the 2, come into this rail, come right into the back of the 4.
Efren Reyes, defending champion, trying to make it 4 big tournament wins in a row. Beautifully done, just as you called it, gentlemen. Move that 4 out of the way, stop the cue ball, and he's looking right down for the 2 ball now.
Now, it looks like he's got another problem on this 5 ball, Buddy.
Okay, here he plays the combination in, plays the cue ball right into the 4. He hit the 4, he knocked the 4 up table a little bit. Now he has a problem with the 5. He has to play high enough on the 4 to get to this area right in here on the 5.
Does it go by the 9? I'm not
It doesn't look like it from here.
Does it go
maybe
by
our
the 9,
angles-
Buddy? He
believe
may
he
have to
has-
go for the combination here.
I believe he has a half a pocket over here in the lower left.
Nick Varner thinks maybe the combination had worked. The 5 and the 9. He did it a moment ago to get his
He may
first
play the
round.
combination on the 8.
No, I think he must have room over here.
Yeah.
You're watching Efren Reyes.
But it looks like he's going into the 8 here, Buddy. Looks
No,
like
he
he's
has.
going to have a hard time getting up table.
Right now he has a decision to make. He don't know whether to shoot at the 9 or play the cue ball 2 rails out.
Because to get up table, he's almost got to draw out of there.
He's got to hit it hard. No, he's playing the cue ball.
No, he's coming around for the 6, isn't he?
He's hooked himself up.
Oh, took himself right out of the 6.
He's going to try to kick 1, 2, and hit the back of the 6, hoping it may go in here, or it may even come down here back to this area. He's playing the ball, actually playing the ball in the side pocket here.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, did he play that or did he get lucky?
He got lucky.
That's an unbelievable shot. Unbelievable. What an unbelievable shot on that 6 ball. Buddy Hall, Nick Varner. Here's Reyes now to even this match at 2 apiece. During the commercial break, Efren won game 5, and that gives him a 3-2 lead over Archer.
Reyes now with a 3-2 advantage and some momentum going his way after being down 2-0. He's won 3 racks in a row, and he gets another ball to go. And maybe the 8 ball in the corner. Ooh, slid right around it.
Tell you, when you're going good.
Yep.
Looks like all he has to do is shoot this in, draw his cue ball back to this area right in here.
Is that most often the case?
Yeah, you got so many traffic out there. Like here, the 6 is kind of in his way for the 3. That's what makes it's blocking right where he wants to be. He'd like to be right where he's at right now, but see, the 6 is blocking, so he's got to stop a little short. And now he's got to go 2 rails across to R. He can spin it in and shoot soft and have it die. He's got 2 choices here.
Efren Reyes has won 3 games in a row after being down 2-0. Now looking to make it 4-2 in his favor against Johnny Archer.
Oh, he almost missed that. He almost missed that ball.
But when you're going right, things go right. 6 ball in the corner. Looks like they're all just hanging around waiting to be knocked into a hole, doesn't it?
He's got to be careful here with that 8 ball when he leans over. He can't touch that ball with his clothing, so he's got to be real cautious.
Referee's watching it ever so close as well. Very nice position on the 7. That 8 ball isn't up against the railing or anything. He can almost knock that in from anywhere, can't he?
Yeah, he'll probably just bounce off here or try to draw back a little bit. See, he didn't take too much risk there on hitting it any harder.
Right, he just played it right in.
Efren Reyes on a roll, defending champion, and is just one more shot away from winning his 4th.
Interesting the way he played that shot, huh? Buddy?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, my. Well, that doesn't happen, does it?
I haven't seen that happen very much.
Well, he was still thinking about the shot before.
Wow.
I thought he would come down on the opposite side
right.
of the lane. He kind of fooled me there a little
Right.
bit.
Well, where does Archer play it?
He's got
Archer
a
either
choice.
plays. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He can either bank it or cut it in that side, so that's what he's thinking about right now.
Well,
Which
if you were
pocket?
playing it, what would you do, Nick? Where would you play it?
Well, from up here, it's hard to tell. I can't tell how thin it is in the side, but usually if it's too tough, I go for the bank shot.
You know, the crowd is still buzzing over the fact that Reyes missed what appeared to be a routine win, letting Archer right back into this. Archer can tie it up at 3 apiece if he makes this. Banked it.
Pretty tough to miss that bank.
You come up with, look at, how do you miss this kind of a shot? Looks like a lock. And look at the look on his face. Sticks out his tongue at it. Why not? And here's the bank shot. Archer watches that go in all the way. We're tied at 3 apiece in the race to 11.
What I'm interested to see.
Archer with a new lease on life, tied at 3 apiece with Reyes on the break.
Ooh, he almost came up dry.
He didn't make the corner bar, the one in the side.
Nope.
Boy, this racket looks like the key is just getting position on the 2.
He said my chair was about to come off. I don't see any problems here.
No, it looks as though it's almost relatively easy. 2 ball in the corner, and
Here he can go either way.
to get a shot at the 4, huh?
He's going to die down here.
Beautifully done. And then will he stay right there and put the 5 back up in the corner, Nick?
No, he'll cut that 4 in and go above the 5.
And play it
Between the
back
rail
down.
and the 5. He'll go between the rail and the 5, or he could draw up and miss the 5 if he's got the right angle. But
No, I think you were there when he drew up his game plan. Beautifully done.
now he needs to get back almost to where he's at. Now,
For the
he's
6,
got a
doesn't he?
little further from the 5 and he'd probably like, but he's got to come back and get on the other side of that side.
A little more.
Real nice
All
stroke
right,
there.
that's good. Cut the 6 and put it in the corner, and he'd be right there for the 7, the 8, and the 9. And it looks as though in a game of semifinal competition that has gone back and forth, well, it looks like Archer is back, able to take advantage of a big break. Handed
See?
in by Reyes.
I might would have just stuck right there where the 6 was
And slide over off the side.
and just come right over.
Why
over
not?
and down.
Seems like a very logical thing. 7 right in the corner. And
He
stick
thought
it there
about
and
doing
hit
that,
it.
but then he thought, ah, no, I'll just come out on the table.
Well, that's one thing about this game. A lot of times you have a couple choices. It's funny how some players prefer to go one way, and
Yeah.
I sometimes like to go the other way.
Right.
Well, I tell you, Archer got a break when Reyes missed what looked to be an easy
And just like that.
9 ball. And now Archer has taken a 4-3 lead. He won the first 2 racks. Reyes came back and won the next 3. Looked like he was going to take a 4-2 lead. And suddenly it's a 4-3 in favor of Archer. We'll be back. All right, Prime continues its coverage of the U.S. 9-ball Open. This is semifinal competition, and Johnny Archer is leading. He's at the break. 4 games to 3 over Efren Reyes. Archer started out 2-0. Reyes won the next 3 and looked as though he was going to make it 4 in a row when he missed what appeared to be a routine shot for the 9-ball. And with that, why Johnny Archer got up, won that game, has won the next one, and now appears to be in magnificent shape to make it a run of 3 in a row of his own.
Yeah, I believe he's going to play the one right here, play the cue ball to this area and back to here for position on this 2 ball.
1 ball in the corner, 2 ball, 3 ball is waiting up there as well. Be hard not to make this table and run this rack, wouldn't it, Nick?
Well,
Yeah, I think the key here is when he plays that 4 and comes across for that 6, how he plays possession. That kind of, I think he's got a couple choices, but I think I like playing close to straight in, drawing back up to the side. But he can bounce off and play the 6 in the corner.
Yeah, he's got options. I don't think anything that he does here, I believe, is going to be okay. He elected to stay out in the middle of the table. Now he'll just strike the side rail and come out into the center of the table, probably play the 6 up in the corner.
One big break came the way of Johnny Archer. Beautifully done. He pulled that back, put the 6 up in the corner. It looked like Reyes was a cinch to take a 4-2 lead, had the 9 ball in the corner pocket, and missed it. I mean, just plain flat missed it. Proving after all he's only human, and all of us make mistakes. And Archer jumped on the chance, made the 9 ball, then a nice bank shot, came back and ran the next rack. Now he's running this one, looking to make it a turkey, if you will, 3 in a row, and to take a lead of 5-3 in the semifinal match against Reyes. And he's done just that. 3 in a row, and that makes it 5-3 now. Archer on quite a roll and a chance to really put some distance between himself and Reyes. That's it. And again, look at the balls fly, and I'll tell you, that is some break this guy's got going.
I believe he'll play safe. He'll bring the cue ball back over to the side rail. Okay, it went just a little different way, but that's basically the same shot. He just used 2 rails instead of 1.
I think he'll play safe where he banks the 1 back between the 6 and the 9, but he's got some options here.
That's exactly what he was doing, and he almost got it to go in the side pocket, and he's going to put it behind the 9. Archer will be able to hit it, but I don't know if he can do much with it.
Looks like he's lining up where he's going to try to kick that 9 in that upper left corner, buddy. That's
You think he's going to roll the 9?
Do you think so? You think he's trying?
That's what he lined up. I don't know if that's what he's... Yeah, he sure was.
You're right, Nick. You're right. In fact, he's still trying to wish it into the side pocket, isn't he? Oh, my. Has he just given this rack away?
Yes, I would say he has.
I thought for a moment there might have been a possibility that he would play a combination and knock that 9 ball in the side pocket. Could that shot have been made?
It could have happened.
They could have happened, but I think his shot was to just stick the
Do
cue
what he's
ball
doing?
right there.
Is that what?
Stick the cue ball right there and knock the 1 up table. We'll have a chance on hooking him behind something.
Well, I think he was worried about that 1 hitting the 9 and him giving up anyway, so I think he just decided to take a free
Just go ahead
chance
and
on
play it.
winning the game since he was in a bad spot to begin with.
Yeah, maybe.
So Reyes with an opportunity to get right back into this. He trails 5-3. Of course, it wasn't that many minutes ago that he had what appeared to be a lock to knock the 9 ball in and missed it. There's the 7. I doubt that he'll make that mistake now. This guy's too good. Defending champion. He rallies, and now it is close again as Reyes and Archer 5-4. Archer leading in the race to 11. The United States and the Philippines seem to dominate pool around the world, and I tell you, this guy's as good as it gets. He made one bad mistake. He's trying to fight his way back to get even with Archer. He gets 1 ball, 2 balls to fall. 1 ball is gone. 2 ball is right there. How does the table look, gents?
Well, he's got a tough shot on this opening shot if he elects.
He may play the 2 right in this pocket. There's another option. He can bank the 1, the 2 this way and bring the cue ball to here. No, he just has a couple of choices.
Well, I think he
elected the second choice.
Indeed, and that is to play safe. Did it well, too. Had that cue ball knocked that ball in the side pocket, he would have had no shot at all. Archer got a chance here to... Oh, boy. What a great shot. A little harder he'd have made that. Had he been able to hit it just a tad harder.
Well, he's left Efren, I think, a shot here where Efren can cut that 2 in the corner pocket and go all the way back up to the direction he's at.
And take the 3.
That's one choice he's got. Hard for me to see playing safe.
There are not many things to do with the 6.
No, the 6 ball looks to be, unless something happens and kicks it free, it appears to be in a little bit of trouble over there. But who knows? There's the 2. Perfect position for the 3. Where does he bring the ball for the 4?
Well, he
you either play to this end or this end. You only have 2 options here.
He's going to go the other way.
I tell you what, he does have he got a little bit too far. He's a little straight on this 4. He may have he's going to try to come across and break those out?
Yeah, I think he's playing position on the 6. I think he's just playing the cue ball to the center of the table. To the dead center. He's going to try to cut it up in the corner. He may have overhit it a little. I don't think he's very happy with that.
Larry Johns, who's the president of McDermott Cues, on hand, looking on. McDermott is celebrating their 20th anniversary. Brunswick, the table these men are playing on, celebrating its 150th anniversary. This tournament is, beautiful shot. Tournament is in its 20th year. It's the longest event on the Pro Billiards Tour. This 9-ball championship, the U.S. Open. Don Mackey, the commissioner, is in his 4th year looking for number 5, and the tournament continues, the tour continues to grow under his guidance. Looking to even bigger and better things in 1996 and the years to come.
How you like that hardball logo over there, buddy? Serious Pool.
Where?
Hardball, Serious Pool.
That's right.
Nice poster.
9-ball,
Banner,
hardball, serious. Well, it is Serious Pool, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
This is that was almost a shot close to it that Reyes butchered a while back.
Is that one of the Pro Tour?
5-5. Looking at 2 guys battling in this semifinal contest. Winner goes on to play a young man out of Mississippi, Reed Pierce, who won a thrilling match a week ago. I hope you looked in and saw that. He'll be going against the winner next week. Reyes gets a nice break again. 3-ball, does he have a shot at it?
He may have a combination.
He might elect to bring that 3 down table by the 9 and bump the 8 and maybe get behind something.
Leave the cue ball up there. Yeah.
He could cross that 3 and try to hit the 8 where you don't make it and bring a 3 up. But
yeah. He may hit the middle of the 8. He shot the first shot. He tried to bank it over. The only problem with that shot, if you don't get it in there good, your next shot, you are buried, you know.
He got it, it looks like good, because that 5 is going to make Johnny hit that 3 awful thin if he goes the short way.
Yeah.
He might be able to get it up table, though, way he's pointing his cue. It looks like he might even have a chance to make it in the side.
He's looking to bank it off the rail and hit that 3 and put it in the side pocket, isn't he?
Well, I don't think he's trying to put it in the side pocket, but I think that the cue ball, he's going to try to hit the rail right here and come and hit this side of the 3, hoping the cue ball come back like this. But the 3 is going to come down table. But the cue ball is going to come off the 8 and come with it, is what I feel like will happen.
Well, he's using low on the cue ball, so that might help him catch enough of the 8.
He managed to stay up table. He had a great shot.
Beautiful.
Can't tell you
the 8-ball didn't get him good enough, why the 9-ball got the 3-ball pretty good, too.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Yeah.
That was one of the finest shots I've seen this whole tournament.
Yeah.
He really hit that shot just great.
Buddy Hall talking about 100 of the world's very best players started out with this tournament, and we're down to the final semifinal match. Reyes, along with Archer, tied at 5 apiece in the race to 11. The winner to meet Reed Pierce in the title. That'll be next week. Well, can he bank that in the side pocket?
He might be able to cut that in the corner. I'm not sure.
That'd let him go up there for the 4-ball, wouldn't it? Huh?
I think there's a real good chance if he can hit the 3 right here, he can make it in this pocket. Now, the cue ball's going to go in this direction here. What he has to worry about is the side pocket, the 5, and coming into the 8. This is the next ball he has to play position on.
You think a referee's job is easy? Bob Early had to grab a fly off that table, was bothering Archer and get it out of there.
He may come 2 rails right between the 8 and the 4.
Archer trying to break the tie.
Missed it.
Oh.
Missed the 8. Missed the 3.
Oh.
Missed the 3.
It hangs there tantalizingly so. Reyes now with an opportunity to run this rack. Well, he had that thing doing tricks coming down there, didn't it? Huh?
Yes.
Cut it over in the corner. Come back to the 5.
Yeah, he's got to swing around 2 rails for the 5 in the same pocket. Back toward the middle of the table.
He just wants to leave himself a little angle. Bustamante.
Here's where he's got to be sure he gets the angle, buddy, on this 6 ball.
I believe so. He's going to be straight.
Well, I tell you what, that's a little flat. He's going to have to really stroke this shot.
It's a little straight.
I mean, the shot's tough or getting position for the 7?
Getting position for the 7's real tough because he's going to have to hit this shot so hard.
He may go with a high ball here.
Yeah, he may go forward.
Nope, he's going to back it up.
He don't like it.
He's going to back. He's going to stretch. He's going to let his stroke out on this one. Here he goes.
Looks like he's going to try to draw all the way out of there.
Yeah.
Well, that was hard to do there. But I tell you what, he got a pretty good shot, buddy.
Yeah.
He got a pretty good shot. There was a pretty good shot there, but he's still got a tough shot on the 7.
Yeah.
He's the defending champion in the 9-ball competition, U.S. Open.
Another good shot. And he's falling on the rail again. He's got to come all the way down the table. He'll probably play that 9-ball in this left-hand corner pocket next. Boy, he hit that ball hard, huh?
Yeah. And brought the cue ball back beautifully. He's almost on the rail again, but just off it. 9-ball in the corner, and that'll give him a 6-5 advantage over Archer. Like that. 6-5, Reyes. Now 6-5 with Reyes having regained the top spot here now. He's the defending champion. The winner goes against a young man by the name of Reed Pierce out of Jackson, Mississippi, who was the winner.
He sure played a great match.
He did, didn't he? It was a great match. I hope the fans looked in and saw that last week, because it was pool at its most exciting. It was just sensational. He's made 2 balls.
I believe he's got 2 shots here. He can hit the 2, make the combination on the 5, or he can play the 2 up in the corner, play the cue ball just back and forth across like this. I believe he's going to play the combination.
And he did. And he brings the cue ball back, and now it's kind of no man's land. Does he cut it in the corner?
Well, he's got a choice here. He can go in the corner or he can go in the side. Looks like he's going to go
in the side.
Brings it back beautifully. Now he's got the 3-ball up in the corner in perfect position for the 4 once he makes the 3.
Yeah, it looks like he should have this rack, although the 8 is on the opposite end of the table, so he's got to be sure he falls on a good angle on the 8 to get all the way back up table for the 9.
Yeah. 4-ball in the corner. 7 is down here. The 8 back up where he's going to make the 4, and the 9 back down here.
What's he doing?
Kind of lost the cue ball there.
Easy. Oh.
He's pretty lucky there. He ended up
but that's not a very good shot, is it?
I don't know if he's lucky or not.
He might be able to cut this 7 in the corner, but he certainly would have liked to have been another inch or 2.
I know he's trying to stop his ball right here. It just floated on past him. The ball just floated.
We're looking at him cutting it in the corner all the way up. bottom of the...
That's one possibility, or he can always elect to play safe here.
He's cutting it.
He's going all the way to the corner.
What a great shot. Did he make it? Did he make it? Did he make it?
Oh, what a nice shot.
Can these guys play a little bit?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or as the guy said, is that any good? 8 ball now. Then bring it back down for the 9.
That's real good.
Yeah. And now the 9 ball. Looking to take a 7-5 advantage over Archer. Efren Reyes. Archer sits and watches as Reyes goes to 7-5. And Archer's got to hope that somewhere along the line Reyes stubs his toe. Reyes is the defending champion in this U.S. Open 9-ball tournament. Won it here a year ago. He's had a magnificent run. Won the 8-ball championship at the Riviera Hotel earlier in Las Vegas. Straight championship, 3 majors, World 8-ball. This guy can play a lot.
Well, he's been the man to beat this year.
Yeah, which I guess when he missed that 9-ball made it even more, I can't believe he did that, you know, reaction.
Yeah, I can't remember him missing a ball for the last 6 months.
Well, how about that? Just when we had him all set to pick up the trophy, he comes off the table with the cue ball. Huh? Isn't that something? The kiss of death or what, huh?
Just when we had him set to pick up the trophy.
Unbelievable. And now here's Archer with a chance, and he'd better not. He'd better not waste this opportunity. He's got to get right back in this with this chance.
I tell you what, he's got a little bit of a tricky situation on this 6-ball. I can't tell if that goes by the 8 or not, but at the very least, it's going to be real tight.
It's a good shot. I believe he'll play. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if it passes by it or not.
Well, he's got the, well, see, you guys are about 6 shots ahead of me. I'm looking at the 3 and the 4 and the 5 before we get to the 6, but, huh?
I think he's a little bit out of position maybe on this 3. See, he may just have to float forward and bounce off for that 4 on the opposite side. I think he wanted to be back just a little further.
What he might do right here, he might just stick his ball and play into the back of the 6. That's what I would have considered doing.
Very nice.
Playing 1 reel, bump the 6 out, and just play the 5 in the side.
Yeah, he may do that.
Well, can't he do that now, coming off the 4? Can't he move that 6 out of there?
He's not going to do it.
He's not going to. No. All right.
It looks like he wanted a certain angle, but it doesn't look like he liked it. I think he wanted to draw over there toward it.
I don't think he's happy with it.
Johnny Archer trying to get back into this. And
he might have been trying to draw into the 6 and moving it out or something, huh?
Maybe.
But he didn't. He may have to shoot for that small pocket. That's what he's going to do, I believe.
Can he get it by the 8?
Well, he looks like it. He can get it by, but it's a really tight shot. This is a hard shot here because if he hits the 8, he can't hardly make it.
Might be his toughest shot, and I tell you, he rattled it in. Yeah, got a friendly bounce.
Yeah, he
played the rattle.
He had to play the fat part of the pocket there.
He played the rattle.
So Reyes puts the cue ball on the floor with the break, and now Archer trying to get right back into it. Well done. 8 ball. Does he follow it right down? Comes over to the rail with it, of course, I guess, and gets the 9 ball in the corner.
Yeah, he'll come across table here.
Beautifully done, the 9 ball, and we've got a match again. There you are, and it's 8-6 now. As Archer turns the tables thanks to a miscue on the break by Reyes as his cue ball went off the table. Archer with the break has 1 ball, 2 balls.
Oh, boy, I'll play these.
2 ball is just all set and ready to go. This table is
we can play these, guys. This is the 3 right here. All he has to do is get straight in on the 3. He may elect to come 1, 2 rails out.
He makes the 2 and gets straight in on the 3, and you're telling me that it's going to be tied at 7. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
I tell you, we are close to the action, and our voices carry, mine especially. And Archer looked up and grinned, and the crowd laughed when I told him that Buddy Hall said that's how it's going to go. Beautiful. Nice position on the 6.
I think when Johnny leaned up, that's definitely the way he wants it to go.
Yes, I'm sure. Now the 7. Isn't it amazing how the one break and the cue ball on the floor has kind of turned this around to a dead even thing again, huh?
Well, these two guys are really great players, because all through this match, when one guy's made a mistake, the other guy's really capitalized on it, usually won 2 or 3 games behind it, and they're just great players. That's what makes them great players, is because when you make a mistake, they make you pay for it.
Looking at the 8 ball in the corner, and then of course to play position on the 9 ball to even this match at 7 apiece. What a great semifinal this is. The one last week was great.
Oh, that's a little easy.
Yeah.
It's a little soft.
Just looking for a little extra roll in the cue ball.
Yeah, he'd like to bet about a foot further, but he should be okay here. He'll play that in that right corner pocket. He's taking a good look at it.
Crowd buzzing a little bit about it. Archer to even the match at 7 apiece. And he's done it. Beautifully done. We're deadlocked at 7 apiece in the race to 11. Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes, the defending champion in this U.S. Open 9-ball competition. Another stop on the Pro Billiards Tour. I'm Tom Kelly, along with 2 of Poole's greatest, Nick Varner, and of course Buddy Hall, the rifleman. They've been providing the expertise. Varner is a former 2-time champion of this tournament. And 5 years ago, why, Buddy won it. First time it came to the Holiday Inn here in Chesapeake, Virginia. Beautiful area. Gorgeous countryside.
Nick, are you going to move to San Francisco?
Are you, Nick?
Well, I don't think for a while.
Huh?
Not for a while, but I do like it out there. And my wife's from there, so she definitely is trying to stay in that direction.
I guess everybody's leaving that part of the country. And
Made another ball. The 1 ball, if the 3 doesn't give him a problem. All right. San Francisco's a great city, Nick. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful out there.
You got to like a little overcast and some rain and stuff like that, you know, but...
yeah, I believe you. Here you have just played the 1 ball in this corner pocket. Bring the cue ball this direction. Probably bumping the rail and bringing the cue ball back out to here.
Play position on the 2 and then
Right.
be in pretty good shape after that for the 3 ball.
Just got to be careful he don't bump that 4, which is the ball to the left there.
Right. He wants to make sure he doesn't hit the 4.
All right. So far, just the way you drew it up.
Well, I
He
think
got a little
straight
lower
in.
than he wanted.
Straight in, he doesn't want it, huh?
Yeah, he wanted a little angle to come up for the 3, so now he's got a choice. He can try to force it up to the right of that 3.
Ah, he was fine.
Oh, he
That's
was
beautiful.
fine.
Now, if he just sticks it there, he's got the 4 right back across the way, or does he bring it back for the 4?
Well, he wants to fall close to straight in on the 4, where then all he has to do is draw it back an inch or 2 for the 5 in the corner.
One thing he doesn't want to do, he don't want to end up on the rail.
Yeah, see him go to the left a little bit there so he can draw it back an inch or 2. He doesn't have to shoot too hard to do that, but if, like Buddy says, if that cue ball was on the rail, he wouldn't be able to do this shot. He'd have to do something different.
Deadlocked at 7 in the semifinal match, and Archer looking to take an 8-7 advantage now in the race to 11. Winner goes on to play for the championship next Saturday, and we'll be on hand to cover that for you. Winner plays Reed Pierce. Boy, I tell you, they make it look so easy. Given a chance. Lots of anniversaries being celebrated. Brunswick, 150 years. The tournament is 20 years old. 5 years here at the Holiday Inn in Chesapeake. McDermott Q's 20th anniversary. they do make it look easy. Archer to take an advantage. And he does. He's come on to take 3 straight games, and he leads 8-7. Into semifinal play, in case you didn't catch part of the action last week, why America and the Philippine Islands are the two produced the best pool players in the world, and there were 2 Americans, Pierce and this young man Archer, and 2 great Filipino players, Bustamante and Efren Reyes. Bustamante lost in a thrilling match, and now Archer's trying to make it an All-American finals.
They come up dry?
You don't see that happen often, do
Came
you,
up
buddy?
empty, didn't he, huh?
You
Wow.
very seldom ever see Johnny come up dry.
Wow.
He really didn't hit him that square, though, did he? He really kind of come across him, didn't he?
I don't
Come
know,
across
because
the one.
I would have no idea what you have to do to get a ball or 2 to go in that break, but he kind of looked over as if to say that was a terrible rack or something. I don't know whether he feels that way, but
He's going to be jacked up if he isn't careful.
No, he's okay. But he's got a choice
He's over a
making
ball.
this 3 and 4 ball, whether to play position for the 4 or to play this 4-9 combination after the 3.
now watch the referee. Early is up there carefully looking over Reyes.
He has to
as
worry
he
about
has-
fouling the
That's
ball.
right, over that
yeah,
3
he
ball.
is over that ball,
Yeah.
isn't
He touches that ball, it's a foul, but he didn't. Now he'll take care of the 3 ball up the other end, and
he? The combination's out of the question now.
Yeah?
He's
the
gonna-
4-9 is a out of the question combination. Can't be made. No.
Well,
Yeah,
he
but-
can't get position on it.
If he hits that 3 and sticks it there, or brings it back a little bit, he can't.
He's got to go to the left because he's got to cut the 3 to the right to make it. So the cue ball's going to go to the left here.
So he's going to have to be satisfied for 1 at a time. How about the 5 ball up in the far end? Any problem getting there after he makes the 4?
I don't think so. He'll just hit this with a low right-hand cue ball, spin the cue ball 2 rails. He'll come below the 9, hit the side rail, the other side rail, the end rail, and the side rail, and out.
Got to be sure he misses a 9 here. He came real close
did.
to the 9, but what a nice shot. It's
Yeah.
just coming around there. That's about exactly where he wanted.
Yeah. The 5 ball looks dead. Great position available for the 6 and the 7.
Yeah, he just bounced off the end rail.
Yeah. I think we're looking at 8-8, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think you might be right. He's got on the 6 ball, he'll probably just draw over for the 7 in the corner. He's staying underneath of it, and main thing he wants to do here is maybe just get close to straight in on the 8. He wants to try to slide off, or he could draw back for the side too. He's
Yeah,
got a
but-
choice. He can go either way.
Yeah, he ended up a little too straight. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to step on you there, but he's ended up a little straight on this 7 ball.
Well, if he follows this just a little, wouldn't he be in position for the 8 ball in the corner up there?
I
Like
think what
that?
he's trying to do is use the side pocket to give himself more bridge room. He tried to follow it up to exactly where the side pocket's at.
And now here he is for the 9 to even it up at 8-8. Beautifully done. What a match we've got. What a great semifinal bit of competition. Winner goes on for the championship next week. The Pro Billiard Tour. My, what great players these guys are. This is...
One in the side.
Yep. One in the side, and the...
Here's where the 2 landed. The 3 is right here in front of the side. He has to figure out how to get into this area right here. This is the 4 ball. He has to be in a position off of the 3 to play to this ball. It's real touchy here. I don't know exactly how he'll play this. It's risky coming back this way. He could play it down this direction, maybe even play to this area.
Here, but
Can he make that 4 ball in the end pocket?
Yeah.
yeah,
There's room, huh?
Yeah, he landed between them.
yeah, that was a nice shot.
He almost overhit it, but
Yeah.
ouch, ouch, ouch.
Ooh.
He got away with it.
Can he make the 5 up there?
I believe so.
Reyes
can't
trying
really
to take
tell.
a one-up advantage at
I guess he can.
9-8. It appears that the most difficult shot on the table for him is out of the way. 6-ball. Come off the rail. 7 in the corner. Stick it right there and put the 8 in. And what does he do with the cue ball for the 9, huh?
He wants to pull it back a little bit. He wants to have a down angle on the 8.
I see.
He wants to be able to come this way with the cue
So
ball.
he'll put it in the side pocket and bring the cue ball back down to the rail.
Right.
How beautifully he's played this. And about to take a 9-8 advantage. There it is. Reyes leads in the race for 11. The competition continues. Prime watching the 1995 9-ball U.S. Open Championship competition. This is semifinal play. Reyes with the break. He has a 9-8 lead. Makes a ball. What an important thing that break is.
The only possibility I see is he play the 2 in here, play the cue ball into this rail, come back down to this area right in here for position on the 3.
That's Buddy Hall, the rifleman, who's handling the expertise along with Nick Varner, man who's won this championship twice back in 89 and 90.
Well, that was a
Great shot.
It looked like a great shot.
That was an excellent shot.
Reyes is the
If he can
defending
stop
champion.
in time for that 4-ball, it looks like he's going to get on the hill first.
Yeah.
He's the defending champion, having won it a year ago, and of course starting off a great year of championship play. Won the World 8-ball tournament in Las Vegas. He continues to march along almost unbeatable. He's got the 5-ball, relatively easy to get positioned for the 6, then the 8 and the 9, and he'd be at 10, while Archer, who sits and watches, would be at 8. Boy, we've had 2 great semifinal matches. Reed Pierce defeated Francisco Bustamantes to advance to the finals in a match that went 11-9.
Well, the Filipino players have really made their presence felt this year on the tour here.
No question about it, and many people hold with the fact that this guy, the man you're watching, Efren Reyes, is the best in the world. So it is 10-8. You look back at the break where he put the ball on the floor that allowed Archer to get back in, and prior to that missing the 9-ball. It's amazing. He might have closed Archer out long before this, but it still isn't over, and the break and making a ball will probably be the most important thing now to determine this semifinal match.
Well, at this stage of the match, either player, when they leave the table, don't have to get back on the table. Either player's capable of winning the match from here, either Johnny or Efren, even though Efren right now has a 2-game lead.
Yeah, 10-8. Here's the break. Didn't make it. Didn't make a ball. The 1 ball is hanging there. The 3 narrowly went in.
He came up dry.
Wow. What a chance now for Archer. Look at that 1 ball. The crowd sensing some of the drama that could unfold. Remember now, Archer is down 3. He's down, down 2. He's down 10-8. Would have to win 3 straight racks to capture this championship.
He may have to go rail first on this 1, which makes it real difficult to play position on the 2. If he can hit the object ball first, it's not so bad, but he'll try to swing back up toward the center of the table.
He gets that and is going to have pretty good position for the 2 ball. Back up in the corner.
Looks
He
like
sure
to me
hit it
the
fat,
3 is
didn't
going to be a big problem here for him.
Yeah. He hit
Because
it
it doesn't go by the 5. The 5's got it blocked, and is he going to try to come across 2 rails? But even that's tough, isn't it, buddy?
That's real tough.
You got to get so close to. He's got to come real close to the side pocket here, so that when he comes back off the 2nd rail, when he's coming across, that he can get back toward the middle of the table, so he can cut that 3 in the side.
First things first, the 2 ball. The think I put the kiss of death on him, gentlemen, when I said first things first.
That was a tough shot. He had to hit the ball thin. He had to draw the ball. That was.
And I think he probably was as worried about that position on the 3-ball as you were in talking about it and how difficult it was. So Reyes now with a new lease on life and a chance to run this rack and win this semifinal competition.
He's got a pretty hard shot himself here.
I believe about the only chance that he has here is to bank the 2, cross the side, sending cue ball here, 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 and back out to this location for position on the 3.
Boy, that's a busy cue ball if he does all of that.
He'll either do it, he'll either play it that way or play safe.
Tried to bank it in the corner and is playing safe in the interim, although he has left Archer a shot, albeit a long one. A lot of green, and I don't know if he can cut it fine enough to put it in the corner up there.
I think he's going to be looking at the safety here.
Yeah, Johnny just hit this with a high cue ball.
Although he seems to be looking like where he either wants to get the cue ball or the 2.
Nah. He's got to play safe here.
He'll just hit this ball high. Try to stop right in this area right here with the cue ball. Boom, like so.
Boy, what a job he did with that cue ball, didn't he?
Oh, that was a great safety.
Unbelievable. I tell you, there's a feeling of kind of urgency and desperation, and yet Archer acts as though he's about 3 games up, doesn't he? Huh? What a beautiful shot he played
That
there.
was a great shot.
Johnny hangs tough. He's never out of it.
Now, this is the part of the game that's won him a lot of tournaments here, is the kicking part of the game, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, how can Reyes hit that 2-ball, gentlemen? Bring me up to date.
He's going to have to spin his cue ball a lot.
He's going to go to that left rail below the side and then try to come one rail for the 2, I believe.
Right, he's got to spin it a long ways.
Although now he's looking at going the other way, going to the by the 8 and spinning it. Now he's looking at the 2-railer. He's going to come off the in rail, the side rail, and then try to make contact with the 2.
Right.
Yes.
What he's going to try to do is hit the in rail, the side rail, hit the top of the 2. He's going to hit this rail, try and come off the top of the 2, sending the cue ball to here. This is the shot that he's looking at.
I tell you, it's a marvel. And look at where he left it. Buddy Hall, you nailed that one perfectly. That is unbelievably great pool. Oh,
That was tremendous, that shot.
oh,
How did you call that one, buddy? Did you call that one?
Never mind how Buddy called it. How did Reyes hit it? That's unbelievable. That's a shot worthy of a champion. Now, what has Johnny got? How does he get away from this?
Well, he has to make contact with that 2 and hope something good happens. Looks like he's coming straight across.
He can't very well to give Reyes the ball in hand here. This semifinal 9-ball competition match would be over.
Well, something good can happen here. If he makes contact with the 2, he can get away.
Right.
He did, but
I think it's the end of it.
Got the double kiss.
yeah,
He hit it right on the nose.
Hit it right on the nose. He need to catch it just a hair off center.
yeah, and almost dejectedly he throws the cue down on the floor, and it would appear that unless he comes up with a real gaffe, why Reyes is switching left-handed and will run the table here to win this semifinal competition. 3-ball in the side pocket, 4-ball is all lined up, 5. They're like little Indians all in a row now, huh?
Yeah.
It's looking
They
pretty
just pull the
good.
cue ball over to the side there. Got a nice angle.
What a kick that was, huh? What a great shot.
Unbelievable.
That won him this match.
Yeah.
Sure did.
If he can just pick off these last 5 or 6 balls, and he looks like he's in good shape. Came a little further than he wanted there.
Yeah.
You don't like that straight-in shot, do you?
He probably wants enough angle here where he can actually draw the cue ball right into the 8. He wants the cue ball over just a little farther than it is right now. He wants the cue ball real close to the center of the table.
Oh, you think the 7 didn't go past the 8?
Yeah, I don't think the 7 passes the 8. He's going to
Looking
try
at
to...
that angle, like he's going to do what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Here's
He
another
wants-
look at the shot he hit that put Archer in trouble as he buries that cue ball behind the 9. To his credit, now Archer managed a pretty good shot to hit that 2 ball, but he got a double kiss over there and it killed that cue ball now, didn't it?
Yeah, if that double kiss, if he'd hit it off center a little bit, he could have ended up playing safe himself.
Yeah.
Well, he's left himself a little bit long here.
You want to make sure he had the
Maybe a
angle.
little thin.
He's either going to try to bump the 7, just nip the 7, or draw the cue ball into the 8.
Reyes leads 10 games to 8. If he runs this rack, why, he's won this semifinal competition, advances to the finals.
He hit them both.
Yeah.
He hit them both.
He's putting his ducks all in a row, gentlemen, huh?
I'd say this is Katie bar the door.
Yeah.
See, I personally like playing from off the side rail over there. This next shot to get to the 9, I like playing off of the side rail.
Yeah, I like coming around 2 rails, and
right,
so does
just
he.
like he does.
See, now he comes around 2 rails, just try to run into the middle diamond, and you end up straight in on the 9.
Right.
Yeah, unless his stick
That might be
breaks,
too
why,
long.
he's going to be
He's fine.
just fine is right. Buddy Hall, just fine is right. The crowd is on its feet. This could be the final shot of this semifinal competition. It is. And Efren Reyes defeats Johnny Archer 11-8 in a very exciting semifinal match, and he'll go on now to play in the title match for the 1995 U.S. Open 9-ball championship against Reed Pierce, the young man out of Mississippi. Efren Reyes, the defending champion. It's the applause of the crowd, picks up the victory, and he's had a magnificent year since he won the title here a year ago. He's the World 8-ball champion, and he's one more match away from picking up still another big victory. All right, so the finals now are all set. It's going to be Efren Reyes against Reed Pierce, and that'll be coming your way next week. Hello and welcome to Chesapeake, Virginia, as Prime continues its coverage of the Professional Billiards Tour. Tonight, the finals of the 1995 U.S. Open 9-ball championship. I'm Tom Kelly with 2 of Pool's all-time great players. To my far right, Steve Miserak. Steve, the Miz, and the Wiz. And to my immediate right is Buddy Hall. Gentlemen, 9-ball is a truly exciting game. Steve and Buddy, we have been treated to 2 great semifinal matches, and hopefully our championship match tonight will be every bit as good. Reyes, the defending champion, Steve, and a very tough win over Johnny Archer, 11-8. What a great match it was.
He's hot, Tom. He's won a lot of matches in a row. He's won a lot of tournaments in a row. He's won 3 tournaments in a row. He's gunning for his 4th here, and he's playing great.
Yeah, he's the 8-ball champion, and of course he's the defending champion here, and everybody keeps saying, can you beat him? How do you beat him?
Don't let him to the table.
Simple enough. Buddy Hall, if you were playing him, how do you keep him away from the table? Do you tie his leg to the chair over there, or what?
That would be one way.
Uh-huh. All right, let's talk a little bit about this youngster, Reed Pierce. He's out of Mississippi. He has taken his game to a brand new level. I know you've known him a long time. He's playing great pool.
He told me he was going to play good this year.
Well, then you knew it all the time.
I knew it all the time.
Yeah.
He had plenty of chances to really fold in that match that he played Bustamante. But I was kind of proud of Reed. He stood firm. He's like an oak. He prevailed. Here he is.
And for whoever wins it, of course, it's going to be a very nice financial payoff. And, of course, we've got the champagne on ice and enough glasses for everybody. Okay, Steve? What?
Can we have some if it happens?
Just a bit later.
Okay,
we'll have to find out who the champion is, and we'll share the champagne with him. Will it be Reyes or will it be Pierce? I don't know, but they're 2 great pool players and champions, and they're going to give you a great match. You stay tuned. We'll be back for the... All right, before we have the break, we'll check the rules governing this 9-ball competition. The winner does get to break. Lowest numbered ball must be hit first. The 9-ball may be pocketed by combination play. Pocketing the 9-ball wins. Cue ball in hand after a foul. 3 consecutive fouls is considered a loss. After the break, push out is allowed, and the race to 11 wins the match.
All right, those are the rules simply put. Now Reed Pierce for the opening break.
I'm nervous already.
Well, you can imagine he is too. First prize was $20,000. He's got the 8-ball for one. He's got a couple of balls ready. The 8-ball went through the pocket and right under the floor. I tell you, was he ready or not, buddy? Yeah.
Shooting holes in the bottom of the table.
Isn't he? All right. So Reed Pierce, the young man out of Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, he's got an easy out here.
He's close to the 3, but I don't believe that's going to bother him.
Combination 2 into the 6.
Yeah. Never know.
He's
If
close to
he,
the
his
7.
cue, his body, any part of his clothing touches
He's very
another
close
ball,
to that
that's a
7.
foul. Yeah.
He's close to that 7.
Bob Adams is the referee.
He's very close to that 7.
Boy, his shirt is very close.
Wow,
to
that
it.
ball's that 7. That's hanging on the 7.
Gets the 6-ball in the combination. Remember back to his semifinal win over Bustamante when it got really down to crunch time. He was so worried about fouling by touching the
was.
ball. And that plays on his mind right from the start. All right, 3 balls right in the middle of the table.
That's not too good.
No?
He wanted to play that in the side. He's got to play it in the corner.
Here's the combination. He hit it well.
Made the 2-ball, now the 3-ball. The 7 and the 9.
Dead combination.
Yes, dead combination indeed. If he gets to it, he could jump off to a quick 1-0 advantage. 3-ball in the corner. Can he get good position on the 4-ball? Yes, very nice.
The
very
gunslinger
nice.
versus the slow, methodical player here.
Yeah.
Reed's the gunslinger.
Yeah.
Reyes is the slow, methodical player.
Better known as the magician.
You got
he
it.
does some things that are just amazing.
Yeah, he's got a tough shot to get up for that 7. Is there a 5? Yes.
5 balls
5's up
there,
the
yes,
top
too
of the table.
steep, yes. Need to get a pretty good roll. A little more, a little more.
A little too much. Hold it. Okay. He's lucky he didn't freeze on that rail. Otherwise, he'd have had to hit the 5 very soft and then hope for the combination.
Ideally, he needs to be right on the rail for this shot because he does have to cut the 7-ball out a little bit to make the 9.
It's not a straight-on combination.
Right.
No,
it's not
not
exactly
quite.
straight.
But he can't get exactly frozen. He's going to have a little angle to get in, dig inside that cushion and ball.
And he's got nice position on that 7-ball and the combination for the 9. Remember, that is frozen.
Well, I think that's okay.
Yeah. He doesn't have to call the 9-ball. All he has to do is make it. And of course, it's legitimate if he makes it with this combination.
Sometimes, as you're shooting the ball down the rail, it misses the first point in the side. Sometimes it's that second point. Reed has to hit the ball.
Well, he's not frozen.
Okay.
Look from here like he was, buddy.
Well, he's going to just cut it just a little bit.
Perfect.
And he made that.
You know, it's the race to 11, but I could feel tension in this opening rack.
A very big key to calm Reed down.
While we were away, Pierce won game 2. That gives him a 2-0 lead.
The important break again.
9-ball. 9-ball.
9-ball.
Look out. Oh. Look at this.
Oh, my. And look where the 1-ball is.
Yeah, but look where the 9 is.
Oh,
my.
Just.
That's
I shoot
hanging
the
by
9 in.
Yeah.
I shoot the 9 in, just stop right there. I would say here, he's got an option to a push out. Why doesn't he just shoot the 9 in, keep the cue ball right here? Now, if he tells him to shoot, he just comes up, crosses over the 1, knocks the 1 over this way, and brings the cue ball back down table.
Remember the rules we went over in the beginning,
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
This is what they call the free push. He can push out, hit another ball, doesn't have to hit another ball. He can take 1 intentional foul, and then he has to shoot.
We would respot the 9-ball, would we?
We would respot
Right.
the 9. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a 9 to shoot at.
Gotcha.
The 9 is the only ball that spots, playing 9-ball by the new rules.
I'd shoot this rail first.
And with the ball in hand, would Reyes have any kind of a shot at that 1-ball?
Just across bank.
Well, he's not
safety.
He's not going to get ball in hand.
Well, if he makes that 9-ball, he'll get it one.
No, free push.
I see.
After the break.
Thank you.
He's looking where he's going to leave the cue ball.
So let me just repeat properly, as you said it, Steve. Put the 9 ball in there. Leave the cue ball back down here somewhere where that 9 ball is.
Right.
Respot the 9 ball, and he's got not much of a shot at the 1.
Right.
Yes,
He's got no shot at the 1.
Then he has the option.
Yep, he's going to do it.
What did he do there?
He missed the 9.
He missed the 9.
He left Efren a kick.
That 9
Left him a good shot.
That 9 must be sitting in the hole so far.
He missed it.
He left Efren a good shot.
He
gonna
went
go
right
behind
across the
4?
mouth of that pocket. The crowd's buzzing. You know, Reyes, you give Reyes a chance, and he's going to take the table home.
He's going rail first behind the 4 and going to try to make the 1.
Oh. Every now and then, he will do something very normal.
That's
Remember,
great the way you put that.
He missed a 9 ball that looked like it was dead on in his semifinal victory.
Well,
And on the break, he had the cue ball on the floor. Every now and then, he shows that he's fouled.
behind
He's
the
going to
2.
play safe. He's ducking.
Okay.
He's trying to keep him off of the whole ball.
These knowledgeable pool fans here, there's some of the world's best players, too, watching this championship.
It's like a chess match right here.
And they're well aware of what each and every man is trying to do out there. So they're quick to respond with applause for plays like this. Can he get behind and get that 1 ball?
Well, he's got 3 ways he can hit it. He can go up to this side and use a little left-hand English. He can go behind, and he can go across. Buddy?
Well, these balls right here keep him off of a natural angle. If he tried to keep there, he would either have to come to this side with a little left-hand English or to this side with reverse English to hit the 1. He's going to come all the way down with reverse English back this way. He's going to hit it hard.
Good hit. Good hit.
I tell you, he has done some marvelous things. We have seen him pull off some truly amazing shots. And now
all Reed has to do is get to the 3.
That's right. Gets to the 3. Why, then he has got the 9 ball. That thing is hanging by a fingernail.
You see, look at this. He's not even concerned about fouling that 9. Me, I'd have to use the bridge.
Well,
quiet. You're brutal.
Now the 2 ball.
Now he's got to get on the 3 to make
He's got
the
a
3.
funny angle. I'm sorry. He's got a funny angle.
Well, somehow he's got to get on the 3 to cut the 3 into the 9.
Yep.
Or open up the 4 and 5 and then play the 3. But my thinking here is that he's gonna try to get on the 3 to cut it into the 9. I think that's what he should do. I don't know about you, buddy. What do you think?
Well, I think he should try to play for the combination.
Yeah, me too. Somehow.
Yeah.
Well, he's leading 2 games to none. The 3 ball and the 9 ball are a dead combination.
Yeah,
I believe he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He's going to cut the 3 backwards.
Into the 9 ball, which
Into
is
the
just
9.
hanging in the corner.
3-1 Reed, looks like. Missed it. Missed it.
Wow.
Wow. Came off the rail and went into the 9 instead of going straight on. He did. All right.
Watch this again as he takes a 3-0 advantage over Reyes.
Watch
And
it
who
go into
said
the
the
rail.
pool
Watch
gods
it
weren't
go into
watching?
the
huh?
rail.
Yes.
He overcut this shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
boy.
that 9 was hanging.
He did not want to hit it like that.
He wanted to hit it straight on.
But all's well that ends well. We'll be
That's
back
exactly
with more.
right.
You're watching the 9-ball championship. This is the great final match. Don't go away. Pierce has a 3-0 advantage in the race to 11. Makes another ball.
Wow.
Made a few balls.
Yes, he did.
He's still making them.
Yeah, there's one in the
And
corner. The
there,
2 ball goes in. The 1 ball is gone. 3 ball is up in the corner. What I tell you, gentlemen, he has gotten every break possible so far, including that last shot that made the 9 ball.
Yes, he has. And I'm going to go on record here, and I'm going to pick Reed to win this match.
Well, he's up 3-0 now. Steve Miserak and Buddy Hall, the riflemen, are with me here. Chesapeake, Virginia. This is where the The 9-ball championships have been going on for 20
he overhit it.
years. Oh, he did indeed, and the 6-ball may have caused him some trouble. He can't get at that 4.
Well, he can go to the rail.
Yeah, he let the cue ball go.
Yeah.
He's got to go rail first on this.
He's got to go rail first, come out, nip part of the 4. And I think he can do it. I think it's rolling perfect for him. But he's got to make sure he hits it. That's the key here. He's got to hit it. If he doesn't hit it, Efren's got ball in hand. But if he hits it a little too much, cue ball's going to come here up the table, and 4 is going to wind up in the middle of the Brunswick, and he's going to be safe anyway. Got to make sure he hits it. See what I mean?
Missed it. So now it is ball in hand for Reyes, and Reyes is just quite likely now to run this table and get back into this match.
That's a
foregone conclusion.
He could have took off there 4 to nothing.
Yes, he
That's
could
right.
have.
Yep.
That's one thing he just didn't want to do.
And of course that miss and the ball in hand has the crowd buzzing now. They know full well how good this guy Reyes is. You give him a chance and he will really just take this game apart.
I would have played that the opposite direction.
I would have followed it to the behind the 7. What?
This looks like the right way.
He got perfect.
Yeah, he's perfect.
2
for the
rails
5.
or 3 rails down for the 6. 1 rail, 2 rails.
Beautifully played off that rail, and he's got a straight in or
And
nearly
3.
so. Beautiful shot now for the 6. Reyes trying to get back in. He's trailing 3-0 in the race to 11.
Reed
Nice
did
position.
everything perfect up until that point.
Just missed one
kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was an easy kick. He shouldn't have. He should have hit a piece of it somehow.
Reyes will put the 9-ball in the corner pocket over on the right side. And there you are.
3-1.
Yep, after being down 3-0, it is now 3-1.
But it should be 4-0 Reed breaking.
Buddy Hall, you coming back to play on the tour? What did you down in Tampa? You got yourself a pool hall down there?
Yeah, I bought a third of a place called Hot Shots in Tampa. So I moved my family and everything down there. I'm a neighbor of Steve's now.
He loves the sunshine.
Yeah, but you two guys were muttering away about Team Florida. You got a bunch of pretty good sticks down
We
there?
certainly do. There's 5 or 6 of us that play out on the tour. Tommy Kennedy, David Howard, myself, Buddy, and Mike Siegel now lives also in Orlando. So you can just imagine what would happen if we got him back.
Hey,
Formidable.
let me say hi to TR and all the guys down at Hot Shots.
I didn't even know TR, but I'll say hi to him too.
Okay. Hi, TR. I know TR. Oh,
look at that. Now, we've seen him do that. We saw him do it in the semifinal match, and here he does it.
Hey, can he make this ball, buddy?
Yeah, I believe it'll go.
Wow.
It will pass.
He can make the 2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
You know,
Looks
early
The
on.
two will go.
Yeah, one of you
Okay.
guys said
Right here.
that the best part,
I
one of
believe
the
the
best
best way to
parts.
play this is to cue ball over here. Now, he could play the cue ball this direction, which would probably be the safest way to play it. Shoot the 2 in, come across here, and over to here for position on the 3.
But his problem is getting from the 3 to the 4. That's a big problem.
That's why he wants to be almost straight in.
Well, can't he put that 3 up in the corner and just follow it right up to the 4?
If he gets an angle, he's going to wind up hitting the 7 or the 6 or the 5.
All right. Okay.
I think
gonna draw
he's
it.
drawing across. And
The
I
first
think
shot.
He's going to leave himself a little angle, shoot the 3 in the corner, and pull back where he is.
Well, Reyes may have given him a break right back. A few moments ago, why he missed an attempt and let Reyes back in to run the rack. And now Reyes scratches, cue ball on the floor with the break.
Well, he's given himself a very tough shot here. He has to be really careful here.
He's got to be careful he doesn't hit the 5.
Or
He's
the
gotta
6.
be careful he doesn't hit the 6. And yet he's got to get enough of an angle to make the 4.
Right.
I'd draw it in between the 5 and 6, buddy. Would you?
I would try to do that, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. You guys talk about it like it's just something to be done. Most guys at home couldn't throw it between the 5 and the 6.
They didn't
Myself
he
included.
didn't want to hit that 5 times.
Right.
No, he wanted to go by it. I can understand that.
But But this should be
He
okay.
has a shot here, though. He can nip the 4, knock the 4 in here, and come 2 rails out for position on the 5. Oh, he played it hard.
Yes, he did. He's going to have to get around the 9, come off the rail. He's still got good position for the 5.
He played it hard. I believe I would have played a little softer than that.
Yeah. Long green here.
Yep.
But these young guys don't care anything
No.
about long green.
Fearless. Fearless. Reed Pierce trying to win game number 4 in the race to 11. He leads 3-1.
Well, he's losing control of the cue ball a little bit. He came over a little too far.
You play this 2 rails out, Steve? I would play the ball down to the end rail, to the side rail, and back up in this direction.
He might shoot it in the corner.
Nah. The 6?
Yeah?
Well, if he hit it
No, he's
right,
shooting in the side.
couldn't he leave it right in front of the 7 then for an easy?
He's shooting in the
Now,
side.
he has too much of an angle for that, Tom.
All right.
He tried the shot I was talking about, but he hit it a little weak.
Oh, he got a break.
Yeah, he did.
He really got a break.
Got a break.
Yeah.
Got perfect. Just slide over, shoot the 8 in the corner.
That's it.
It's obvious he's already a shot ahead. Most of the guys at this level are 2, 3, 4 shots ahead. That's why they're the best in the world. Beautiful.
Buddy, do you think Reed cares about the money here?
No. I'm sure that's a bonus, but he's really...
He wants this title.
He wants
to
the title.
win this tournament.
That's right. And I tell you, to win it and beat the guy he's playing is
tell you.
almost as good as the money.
He leads 4-1. We're back on Prime, and during the break, Reyes won Game 6, but Pierce still leads 4 games to 2.
We're back. Who do you pick?
Well, you know, I think Pierce is a sentimental choice. I find it hard to go against Reyes. And every time you give him that stick in his hand and give him a chance to get back in this game, you are just asking for trouble.
You sure are.
I would not be a bit surprised to see him run off 2 or 3 racks here in a row. He is fully capable of doing it. He did not have a very good break the last time out. He's looking for a ball to go, and it may be the cue ball. No, he gets away. Up in the corner, nothing.
0.
Boy, I tell you, it came up empty, and the 1 ball looks like it's dead in the corner. Is it up there?
It looks like it'll go right in. Yes.
Yeah.
Reyes has been using some strategy on the break the past few days by breaking a little softer than he usually does. He's breaking pretty hard today.
Reed doesn't act like he likes this. I think the 1 goes right in.
Yeah, so do I. But he's like dead
Yeah, it
straight.
goes right in. Oh, he's worried about going into the 3 with the cue ball.
Well, why can't he make the 3 off the 1?
The 1 off the 3?
No, the 3 off the 1.
No, it's not sitting him right in the hole.
It isn't.
No. Why don't you slow roll it, buddy?
I don't know. I think he's going to try to draw it back a little bit.
Perfect.
It is.
He
Beautiful.
hit it good.
2 ball all set.
That is great.
Yeah.
Now he has a problem.
To get back for the 3?
Right.
Yeah.
Now he has a problem.
I think he should.
He has to come to this side.
Right
here.
Right.
You know, I think he heard us because he said, oh boy, as he walked over. And
He's going to draw back to the rail where he's at. He should draw back to the rail where he's at. He can take a full swing at it.
He has to come back to that side of the table. That's all there is to it. And he has to stay above the side.
well, the more he looks at this and worries over it, the bigger it becomes. The tougher a shot
You're
it becomes.
exactly right.
You know that?
You're
The
exactly-
tougher
some
a
people-
shot it becomes.
Some people look for ways to get in trouble.
That's right. That's right.
How about hitting the ball hard, buddy, and just drawing straight back and just coming over?
Boy, he has hung over that thing now twice.
I like playing it all the way over to the side rail. He has to get all the way over.
He's doing what you said.
He's
did it
okay. That's perfect. Good shot.
Perfect.
There's no problem with that 3 in the
No
corner
problem with
now?
the 3.
I believe he's okay.
Okay.
Now the 4 goes in the same pocket, so he just hit this with a little left-hand English, come right on around.
He's going to make the 4, 5, and 3 all in the same pocket.
He's worried about the 3. He wants to kind of twist the 3 in.
Well, yeah, start twisting and
Well, I
He's
think he
level.
has to twist it.
Low and outside, move it away. Oh.
hit.
Count your blessings. Count your
I
blessings.
really didn't like the stroke he hit that one.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He like got up before he stroked it.
Right.
Can you get the 4 past the 5?
Yes.
Okay.
He has to hit it very thin.
Oh, take a peek at Reyes, what he's doing.
Look out. Look. All right. Look out.
He's okay. He can hit it. It's getting worse by the minute.
Reyes was sitting in the chair and looked like he was changing shafts.
Changing shafts?
Looked like it.
On his cue stick?
Looked like it.
Yeah. I thought for a minute he had his back almost turned to the action.
He was digging in his bag.
Was he?
He just has to hit this with a middle left or middle right.
4-2. Pierce leads in the race to 11. In the 1995 9-ball U.S. Open title.
I don't
I
like
wouldn't hit
this.
this with a high ball on a bet. I saw him do this a while ago, and he lost like 3 in a row to Bustamante. He done the same thing. It was the 5 ball.
May get it.
It was a 5 ball. It cost him like 3 games to hit that with a high ball. What was he going to do with a high ball there? Where was he going with it?
Well, Reed got a little lucky. This isn't exactly peaches and cream right here.
Yeah, I don't think he got lucky enough to win this game, though.
No.
I don't either. I don't either. I think Reyes has an opportunity to run this table now, and he's going to do it.
Look at the eyes on Reyes.
Yeah, he'll get right back into this when he does. Boy, drill that. Put the 6 in the corner.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. He just come across to the other side rail, bump it, come right back out.
Oh, did you
he
see
come
that?
Down there.
Yeah.
You see the twist on the 6 ball?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if
You hit everything going in that corner, too.
everything is going right for Reyes now.
Look out. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. Fine. From 4-2, it's going to be 4-3.
This is the 20th U.S. Open,
Yes.
Tom.
It's an anniversary affair, and I tell you, it has been a great tournament. The semifinals were brilliant, and we expect that this championship is going to go right down, and there it is, 4-3 now. Reed Pierce continues to lead, but the defending champion, Efren Reyes, right back into 2, 3 balls are going to go. Oh, my. Everything but the
Look at
9
this.
ball went, huh?
Well, look at the 3 ball.
Yep. Bad. Bad. After all the good things that happened
Look
on
at the
that
3
break.
ball. Look at the only trouble right there.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Great work by our cameraman here.
He may go after that right now. He may go after the 3 right this minute. No.
Perfect. Just draw right into that 5.
You think he'll go into the top side or the bottom side?
I think it'll go right into the 5.
I think it come to the bottom end rail and that.
Oh, okay.
Cut that thing in the corner. Is that beautiful? Is that beautiful? I tell you, that is a magician at work right there. What a beautiful shot. And look at that 3 ball hanging there, the 5 ball in the corner, 8 ball, 9 ball, and we're going to be deadlocked at 4-4.
Maybe. Maybe.
You know, he opened up 3 down.
Well, that's the mark of the
I tell
champion.
you, yeah, he just...
That's the mark of a guy who doesn't give up.
No. Is there some danger here for him? I know
Well, he's got a
gotta
little
make
angle.
3.
He's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, there's...
I mean, he's got to make 3 balls, but I mean, this doesn't look like it's...
No, see, he hit the point. Now there's no danger at all. Putty straight back, or would you go to the rail?
I'd go
1 rail or 2?
I'd go straight up, but he likes coming back to this side. He'll hit this. He'll hit the second rail. Looks like, you know. He come back to this side, but he didn't hit the second rail.
See, I like to go straight up and down.
I do too.
No, this is
I wouldn't
fine.
like this.
No, this is fine.
Easy, huh?
I'd bet you a hot dog on this, Tom.
That is the second time we've seen him do that. First in a semifinal match. He went on to win it. And now, with apparently nothing in his way, for whatever reason, I don't know, I thought it was kind of tough, but what do I know about this game? And he just
went blank.
I owe you a hot
stuffed
dog.
it.
I owe you a hot dog.
I'm going to collect from you someday,
Okay.
Mr. Steve. I look forward to it.
That's those 4.5-inch Brunswick pockets right there, very tight.
As they say back in Kentucky, straight back 9.
Okay.
Right back up in the corner.
Straight back 9. Underneath me to the left. Or underneath me to the right. There it is.
Great shot. What a turnaround this might be.
Unbelievable.
This might be the greatest turnaround in the history of pool right here.
But I'll tell you, this young kid from Mississippi, he really gets fired up.
He made that shot, jumped in the air 3 feet,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
clenched his fist.
Yep.
Now he's just got to watch himself. He can't get out of hand.
5-3. And I want to be honest about this. Let me tell you that while it would be a major coup for him as far as pool players and recognition to beat Reyes, there's nothing wrong with that $20,000 for this
Absolutely
young
not.
kid either.
You know, I'd like to have it right
Yep.
now. You know.
Yep, that's right.
I'm sure Buddy would, and
Yeah.
you would.
Amen.
I could use it, yeah.
Did you
I've
see,
got a place
did
where
you
it
see
would
him?
fit.
Did you see him look up and look at us?
Yes, he
you know,
did.
Our voices carry pretty good, and he listens, and he looked right up at us. 3 ball.
Oh, that was what I was afraid of. That's what he did last time.
He's got to get a kiss away from the 6. All right, he's got a shot at the 2.
He made a tough shot last time, and that cue ball jumped right off the table when he broke, when the adrenaline was flowing.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what he would do here. I'll tell you a shot. Here's a shot.
Tell you
that
what
he
I
made.
wouldn't do. I wouldn't push out, because then he's going to be snookered.
He may try to just slap this ball in, hit it with a low left, and try
No.
to slap it over in the corner.
No.
If he doesn't,
I'll tell you
if
what
he
he's
hits it
doing.
full, it'll come back to the
Tell you
middle.
what he's doing. He's trying to go behind the 7.
That's what
Put him behind the 4. That's not a good shot.
No, that's not a good shot
That
at all.
is not a good shot.
He needs help from the 4 ball, but he's not going to get it.
I would have pushed out before I would have attempted that.
Oh, boy. Well, this table's wide open for Reyes.
It's wide open now.
But, I mean, it was wide open a moment ago, and he blew the 9 ball, just couldn't. All right.
Did our technicians put a mic in that side pocket?
Yep.
As
Yeah.
Buddy asked before?
There is.
Yeah. Yes, they did. They're trying to steal a march on us. 4 ball.
They just come right out in the middle here.
Put the 5 in the corner. 6, 7, 8. It seems a foregone conclusion. Boy, he's been doing a flying Melendez act, hasn't he? He has missed some
he
big
has.
chances to take control of this.
Reed is hanging in there.
Yeah.
He's hanging tough.
That's right. He leads 5-3. But in point of fact, it should have been 4-4 with Reyes having the break.
2 rails up top.
Now, as good as this guy is, he has shown us that he's fallible. He can make mistakes, and he can miss what appear to be very easy shots
Sure
for a
he
man at playing at this level. So he's got to be careful, and he's got to be thinking about some of those things too. Some of those shots he's had that he missed. I guess, I don't know.
It was like Jack Nicklaus missing an 18-inch putt.
I bet Nicklaus could tell you every one he's missed. I bet he remembers them and will to his grave. All right, here we are again. The crowd buzzing about it. Reyes for the 9 ball to win this rack. He drilled that one. Now it is 5-4. You know, for all of the mistakes he's made and for as good as Pierce has played, this is still a very tight match at 5-4, and Reyes now comes up with the break.
Efren took out a new break cue, is what he did.
Got 1 ball. Got trapped there.
Well, he can make the 2.
He can make the 2. I thought
look
maybe
at the 3 and the 5.
Yes. Yeah.
The 3
Buddy.
may be off the rail.
See the 3 and the 5 along
Yeah,
the rail, buddy?
yeah.
Right. I don't know if the 3 is far enough away from the rail for him to be able to cut across it to make the 5 down in the corner.
Looks like they're almost.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Everything's tough from here.
He's playing for the combination.
Yeah.
Looks like it'll go. He must know.
But I don't know what he's going to do from there, though, because
Where's
the
the
8's blocking the other pocket.
Where's the cue ball?
He's going to try to
and the
make
3
this
ball?
ball in here. The 3's going to come this direction. Well, the 8 has this corner blocked. The cue ball may come out, and the 3 may come out into this area, so he may have something like this.
I think the 3 is going to come past the 6 and the 8. He's going to shoot the 3 in the upper left-hand corner, and the cue ball is going to come in the middle of the table past the 6. Let's see what happens.
Okay, I think he's going to shoot it in, follow his ball up to here. The 3's going to come to here. He's going to play the 3 in the side. Neither one of us.
We're both close.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but he can duck, see. He can duck. He can put him
He
behind
can put that cue ball behind the 8 ball?
No, he's going to put it behind the 4, 7, 6, and 8.
I see. All right.
Okay, Steve is saying he's going to put it behind these balls.
Looks like he's banking.
And put the 3 up
Looks
here.
like he's banking.
Needs a kiss off the 6 and got it, but
he got lucky.
Yeah, but he doesn't have much of a shot at that 4, gentlemen. I don't think he can cut it back in the corner here on the bottom.
Now, he can make it in the lower. He can make it in
he can?
this pocket, drawing his cue ball over here and out.
I don't think he can do that.
He can't. I don't think he can get it by the 9 for the other corner, can he?
Look at his bank. See
Yeah.
the bank he made past the 6?
Yeah.
He's going to try to pass the cue ball. He's going to try to bring the cue ball past the 9 to that side of it.
He's banking it. No, he's making it. He can make it. Yeah, okay.
Well, I tell you.
I'll tell you what, he's letting the cue ball fly,
Yeah.
buddy.
He hit it with a kind of a whipping action. He kind of bent it in. Dangerous shot.
Well, what's he going to do now?
6 in the corner. No?
Well, I think that's what he should do.
I think he'll cut it in. I think he'll cut the 6 in the corner, hit this rail, come back over here and back out to here. Or maybe just lag to this area. It'd be one of these 2 spots, I believe, is where he'll be playing position.
Throwing 3 cushions. He's drawing his ball. You know what? He's lost control of the cue.
He sure has.
Boy.
He's actually losing his concentration
He's
here.
got a strange grin on his face now, as if to say, look what I have done. Can he make that 7 ball?
Yeah, he has a shot.
Wow. He's got the crowd buzzing. He's talking to himself a little bit.
He just let the cue ball go through 4 shots there in a row like he just forgot what he was doing or something.
Making a joke with the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing. He just went blank.
You know, he shot 3 or 4 shots there, as Buddy said, and he just thought about making the ball. He never thought about playing position. As you can tell, he had 3 or 4 shots that were very hard.
Yeah. What a break now for Pierce. He leads 5-4. Could take a 6-4 advantage.
Efren tickles me. When he makes a silly mistake, he'll scratch the side of his head.
Yeah.
But when he makes one where he just don't understand what happened, he scratches the top of it.
And he laughs at himself.
Yeah,
And he
does.
laughs at himself.
Yeah.
If I played as good as he did, I might laugh at myself, too.
Yeah, but I think inside he's saying to himself, how can I do this kind of stuff? And I'm not a player this good.
See, Reed, I don't know what he's doing. He's taking his time here. Good shot.
He's about to go up 6-4, gentlemen.
Solid.
And that's what he does.
You know,
6-4.
sometimes he's solid, Tom, and sometimes he just goes off the handle.
Yeah.
It's hard to figure out.
Well, I'm sure the fact that he's playing for the 9-ball championship U.S. Open, that there's a $20,000 paycheck waiting for the winner, that he's on television. And indeed, as good as his game is, and it is very good, he has brought it up to a new level. This is tough competition for him. Turned pro, came on the tour in '94, didn't he?
Toughest competition.
Yeah.
But he was around. Not too many people knew him, but he was around.
Yeah. Yeah. But being around and playing at this level That's something else again. Prime bringing you coverage of the Pro Billiards Tour. This is the 9-ball championship.
Here
the
we go
US
again.
Open. Yeah. Pierce with the break, leading 6-4. Got the 3-ball.
Got a shot.
Maybe. Maybe.
The
Maybe.
7 kissed that 1 ball, put it over back of the 2.
Well, he still has a shot.
Where can he make it?
Well, not a shot to make it, but a shot really to play safe.
Yeah.
Got a great save here. Buddy can show you that on the telestrator.
What'll he do, buddy?
I believe he'll come across the 1. If I can get, here we go. I believe he'll come across the top of the 1, bring the cue ball back here, bringing the 1 through here to this area, right in here.
Lay it in behind the 9-ball and back in there where the 8 is.
Right, and bringing the cue ball back to the end rail.
I wholeheartedly
He's
agree
looking
with
at my
Buddy.
line there, whether he can hit that line or not.
Well, I don't know. To me, it looks like he thinks he can make that 1 ball.
No, he's looking at the line that I was talking about there. Here we go. He's
Listen,
trying to play safe. He's trying
When
to
you're
play
26, you think you're invincible and invisible at the same time.
You're not?
I was never able to get away with it. I think he's... Oh.
Okay, he hit it too full. He hit it too full.
Oh, he hit it bad. Uh-oh.
He hit it too full. He left a combination at the 9.
Can it be made?
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
Yes, it can be made.
And better than that, he can duck on it, too.
I mean, if he doesn't make it, he can make a shot that'll leave him safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to shoot at it.
I would think he's trailing in this championship match, 6-4. Reyes, the defending champ's got to make something big happen for himself here. There you are. 6-5, just like that. Here's Reyes down 6-5 and a chance to jump right back into this.
We're halfway home.
That's right.
It's an even match because he's got the break.
Needs to make the ball.
7.
Going to go
Here
in
it
the
is.
corner. The 6-2. No.
These balls are tied up. He's left himself a shot where he can play this ball in here and maybe pull the cue ball to the side rail or down, or maybe even just go straight into the 6. But he can definitely get action with the 2 ball off of the 1. It's kind of an option shot. He can go straight into it. He can come into the back of the 6. He can draw the ball.
But I have to say, this is not an easy shot. The shot is tough for anybody, even him.
And he may be trying to, he may even decide to duck on it. I don't know.
Well, the 6 ball's in his mind,
I'll tell you what he's trying to do. He's going to the side rail and going to hit the
drawing.
6. Tough shot. I said that.
1 ball comes back out. Pierce is up now.
Well,
Cue in hand.
this is not a piece of cake for Pierce either.
Can't he cut that in the side pocket over there?
Well, then how's he going to get position on the 2?
I don't know, but...
And then also the 3 is in trouble.
I play the cue ball 2 rails like that.
all right, there you are.
You have to hit it harder.
Yeah. Yeah,
You have to hit it harder.
yeah.
He's okay if he can reach it.
I don't know if he can reach it. You might think he can reach it.
See, he really needed to get all the way up there.
He leads 6-5.
If he got another foot, he could go 2 rails and play the 3 in the upper corner.
Well, now he's going to have to play 1 rail straight down. He's going to play straight down this way to this area right in here.
He can't reach it, though. That's his
And
problem.
he's got to be
Well, he'll have to
careful
hit it
not to touch into
left-handed.
the ball.
He'll play it left-handed.
I'll shoot it for him if he wants.
He's shooting this shot with low left-hand English.
And don't touch another ball with
Right.
your
He's
body.
trying to come to
Stick
this
there.
area right here with the cue ball.
He's looking at something back there.
Well, he's afraid he's going to foul with that touching another ball. Well done. Coming
Made
down.
the 3. Made the
Made
4.
too. Made the 4.
Boy, he's got a tough shot here.
Yeah.
This is the tester right here.
Yes, it is.
Got to hit this one nice and slow.
Make this one. He can finish the rack.
He can.
Yes,
But
he
he's got
can.
to hit it slow. Anytime you hit a ball slow like this, you tend to go off. Nice shot. Watch the cue ball come down. Bing, knock the 4 in. Reed's glad he made the 4. Because that ball could have got in front of the cue ball.
Yeah, she could have left him jacked up.
Tough shot.
He's just
Tough.
trying to cinch it.
Nice and easy. No good.
Awful tough shot.
But he got lucky.
Miz, you knew that the minute it went up there. You knew it wasn't going to go in.
He's got problems here. Efren will cut this back over his left shoulder, I believe.
Back in the corner?
I think so.
Spin it.
Yep. He'll spin it back under his left.
We call thin and spin.
Yeah. If he can hit it soft enough, he will play it in the left-hand pocket.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Okay, he got to hit this soft or hard enough to come all the way out.
He did that. He's coming back down looking for position on the 5.
That's only perfect.
Just absolutely.
That's only perfect.
Absolutely. Boy, this rack has been, you take it, I don't want it. I don't want it, you take it. Back and forth between these two. In a 6-5 game that is threatening now to become
6-6.
Excuse me, 6-6 indeed. Six, 8, and the 9. The Pro Billiards Tour Championship events coming your way on Prime. Oh, he did it again. He did it again.
I'm telling you, the guy is, he's maybe mentally very tired. He may be. He's been playing a lot of pool for the last 5 months here. He may be just mentally
worn
tired.
out a little bit.
Yep. Yep. The guy needs to take a week off.
And Pierce, look what I have found, and a chance to go up 7-5.
What's he doing?
I don't know. That looks pretty tough for the 8.
That looks real tough to me.
Could he scratch the side on
Real,
this? Huh?
hear what he said? Real
No,
tough.
he'll come across the table.
All right.
Look real tough to me.
This is tougher.
You're kidding me. It was a lock.
Oh, look.
When you get up in our age, anything's tough.
Getting up at our age is tough.
Overcut it.
Well, I tell you, it has been giveaway. This rack has been, you take it, I don't want it. And now Reyes
Sounds like the Geraldo Rivera.
Wow.
You take it, I don't want it.
Bank it up in the corner on the right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. This is free. Shouldn't have had it anyway.
No.
Couldn't scratch. No.
No.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Shouldn't have had it anyway.
This is the 11th rack. Pierce leads 6-5, and the crowd can't get over the fact that these two world-class players are trying to find some way to give this rack away to each other.
Another bank here. Looks like it's straight back, buddy.
Yep.
If he makes it, he goes up 7-5. I don't believe it. Nobody wants to win this one.
I haven't seen these two
Somebody's
great
going to be
players.
forced to take it.
I haven't seen these two great players. Two players as great as this shoot at the 9-ball each 3 times.
Is this his 3rd shot at it?
Mm-hmm. And the charm time. It is 6-6. Now with the break. Tied at 6. Oh, the 8-ball rattled around. Did not go.
Is it tied at 6 or is it
Yes, it is.
7-6?
Oh, no, it's tied at 6.
Wow. You saw the 9-balls this so long you thought it was worth 2 games.
That's right.
Or what?
Had to have been.
And that 8-ball rattled around in that corner.
But look what's happening here. Reyes didn't make a ball in the break.
No.
And Reed's doesn't have a shot.
Here he has the 2-ball. Here's the 1. I believe what he's going to have to do here is bring the 1 into this corner. Bring the cue ball around 2 rails down into this area right in here for a shot at the 2 in the side. He really has a really tough situation here.
You know, the way these two played that last rack, giveaway, back and forth, I'm surprised either one of them can concentrate on what to do after one shot.
You'd be surprised a lot of times a rack like that will wake both players up. Make you angry enough to play.
Thin one. He's thin in the one.
You're playing safe then.
Yeah, he's coming down behind the 9.
He's coming down behind the 9. He's playing
Gotta get away from the 9. He's all right, good. He's got a chance at the 2.
That's not so good.
No?
It's okay. It'll do.
But the
until something better comes along.
He has a shot. He can play that ball in the side. Just take his cue ball straight up table a little bit.
I've heard that tune before. It'll do till something better comes along. Yeah?
He has a shot here. He can bring the cue ball up to this area right in here with a natural ball.
You know what looks like he's shooting in the corner, going to bank the 3.
Could he cut it
Good shot.
inside?
Good solid shot by Reed Pierce. Good solid shot.
Once again, the table seems to be all set for taking. A little kiss off the 8.
Oh, that doesn't...
No, he's got a bad angle.
That helps.
Yep.
He's got...
Gotta come to the side.
We call this the whip it. You gotta whip it.
Come to the side and draw your ball.
Low left, low left.
Is there any
whack it.
combination part for the 9 ball here? No?
No.
Nothing.
Run out time.
All right. Okay. The 5. 6 is in pretty good shape.
It's perfect right now.
Yeah. This is the kind of shot he missed on the 9, though.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth? Which time?
Last game.
Well, I know that, but I mean, which time? They missed it about 4 times apiece, it seemed. Ooh, that was a hesitator.
Oh, that's right. Reed is the one that missed the 9 first last game, isn't he?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. We're tied at 6 in the race to 11. Occasionally, do they play a championship title like this to 13?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes they play it to 15.
Is it? Yeah.
We have come to know and love 11.
I tell you, the crowd capacity here just enthralled with every shot. Some they can't quite believe. Nice. Well, he's close to taking a 7-6 advantage here.
Some they couldn't believe and some they wouldn't believe.
That's right. That's nice.
It's not that one then.
That's the same pocket.
Yeah, here we go again.
I think I'll handle this one.
Drill it in there. He did.
I don't believe they roll off.
So he takes an advantage now of 7-6 as Reyes looks on. Oh, ran 2 of them, 3 of them.
Wow.
What a good break.
Man, he knocked the breath out of him that time.
Yes, he did.
He's mad.
Yeah, and the 2 ball is perfect. The 3 ball, 4, 5. What a good-looking table.
Where's all the rest of the balls?
He
They
made
all
them
went in the
all.
hole.
He made them all, Big Steve. Made them all.
Table sprung a leak.
Seemed to. Seemed to.
All he's going to do is get on the 3. All he has to do is make this ball come down to this area right here for position on the 3, and this rack is history. Oh, he's going to play it in the corner.
Perfect. Perfecto. Just like you, buddy.
He's going to play it down in the corner instead of in the side.
You didn't even appreciate the comment. I said just like you.
Yeah, I'll play a lot of balls to
Perfecto.
the corner.
Four ball, run across. Great position for the 5, I would think. 7.
Just stay right there.
Yeah, he's looking.
He can't stay right there. He's got to come down to about the middle diamond.
He does?
Not quite. Between the 3rd and the 2nd diamond. right there.
All right, beautifully. Nice call. Nice call, buddy. Very nice.
Now he's got to pull it up. Buddy, would you go to the rail, or would you just pull it straight up?
I'd use two rails here. I'd use the side rail and the middle diamond
Oh, I
on
see.
the other rail.
Okay, gotcha.
I go to my clock system here.
Gotcha.
Exactly 1 o'clock. Take you right to the middle diamond.
You mean hit the 5 at 1 o'clock?
Hit the cue ball at 1 o'clock.
Cue ball at 1.
I am learning the secrets of Buddy Hall up here.
I tell you.
How he beat me so many times.
I haven't learned the secret to why you beat me so many times, though.
I tell you.
I'm telling you, you won't tell me, Uncle Steve.
Beautifully played. 7 ball and the 9's at the other end.
He wishes he got off the rail another 3 inches.
Yeah, and he got up a little higher than what he really wanted to get up.
Yes.
He didn't want to go that high.
Now, see how the hands is not resting on the rail?
Got off a
Whoa.
cue ball. Trying to let it stroke out then.
8-6.
I don't know if I could hit it that hard in this kind of match.
He's looking to take an 8-6 lead over the defending champion, Reyes. You know,
Everything seems so hard, doesn't it, Tom?
I tell you, the 9 ball, if it's hanging in the pocket, I'm not going to call it in because I've seen it do some weird and not so wonderful things.
They look like they're both
Unbelievable.
playing.
So look at that, an 8-6 advantage now for Pierce, the youngster out of Mississippi, over Reyes, the defending champion. It's a race to 11. Promise.
He sure let up on that.
Needs a ball.
He sure let up on the break there.
Yeah.
He got lucky.
Yeah, the 4 ball is jumped in there to...
What happened?
Someone coming up to see us or what?
I don't know. What happened?
I don't know. You all right over there?
Quit kicking the table.
You okay?
Yeah. Okay, he seems to have a problem right here with these. I don't believe he has a shot, but I don't know if he has a safety. He maybe clip off of this, go to the rail, and back against this side of the 4 ball.
He's going slow behind the 4.
Slow behind the 4. That's the shot I predict he may shoot.
That's not bad. He might have been out in the other room reading his own book about how to win this match.
Well, Reed can hit this, but where the 2 balls wind up, he does not know. If he goes deep into the corner, he could possibly make the 1, or he could possibly leave the 1 up. No, he's going flush into the 1 ball. Bring the 1 down.
5 ball is taking care of the 2 ball. What
Look
a
where
great
the
play.
cue ball was.
Unbelievable.
Look at this.
Yeah, what a great play.
And if Reyes does not hit this, this game is over.
Yes, because that 9 ball is just...
It's an easy billiard.
Maybe get a different look. He's going to try to play 2 rails down on top of the ball, maybe even play the billiard. Going to hit the end rail, side rail, maybe this side, maybe even the billiard. Bad hit.
Oh, he opened it up now. Now he can play a combination.
And the ball in hand to Reed Pierce. Leads 8-6 in games, and he's looks like a lock to play the combination for the 9 ball to make it a 9-6 match. And he's done that. He's won the last 3 racks, gentlemen. Maybe 1 or 2 of them have been given to him, but he is really on top of his game. He leads 9-6 now in the race to 11.
Pierce 9, Reyes 6.
1 more game for Reed, and he's in the big driver's seat. When somebody gets to 10, the other guy has got 5 or 6. It's very hard to stop him from winning, because any little mistake by that one person can prove the ending of the whole match. I think the gunslinger is going to shoot down the man from the Philippines here.
The gunslinger. But you know, he had a big lead in the semifinals of 10-5 and 10-6, and it slowly slipped away from him. He finally won it 11-9.
But he won it.
Yes, he did. Oh, yes. Made 2 balls.
Oh, look at that. It was
like
going in the side.
Looked like the 9 was headed right for the side. Or if he can pump this 2 in.
The 1 and 2 are gone.
Get a shot on the 3 and get on the hill.
1 and 2.
Big getting on the hill here, buddy.
Big.
He's got the 1, 2, and 8 gone, isn't he? A lot of balls in the pockets. Does he take this right down to the corner?
Right.
Yeah.
Slow roll again. But remember the slow roll that happened last time.
I'd go ahead and hit it.
I'd hit it a little harder.
I'd go ahead and hit it. If I'm going to
Maybe
shoot
jack
at it,
up a little
if I'm going to
bit.
shoot at it, I'd go ahead and try to win it.
Maybe that's it. That's what he's doing. Jack it up a little bit. Tough shot. Made it. Great shot.
2 ball in the
Great
corner.
shot.
3 balls in great shape now, and the 4.
5's up against the rail at the other end.
Well,
I two-rail this one out of here, boys. I don't come one rail out on this one.
he's going 1 rail.
I don't do that. You have to hit it with the inside ball to do that.
Great shot. Don't check him up.
He's jacked
Did.
up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he didn't want to do. Oh, he can shoot flat. Can he, buddy?
No. No, he's got to come over the 9.
Over the top. Or alongside it. Yeah, he's all right.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's okay. Very nice.
Well, not too nice. I mean,
Man, he's
Well, it's
working
not
so
hateful.
hard.
God almighty.
He's working so hard, he's making me nervous.
God almighty, I don't want to shoot this.
It is not hateful. It is not that easy, but it's not hateful.
What's the score? 9 to 1?
9 to 6.
9 to 6, Reed.
Hold it. Hold it.
Steady, steady.
Hold it. Great shot.
Yep. Beautiful.
He's in good shape.
Great shot. Now he's got to be careful. He's got to just be careful he doesn't jaw either ball here. Just don't slam it in the corner.
Reyes sitting on. Impassive, stoic-faced.
Just
Beautiful.
don't slam it.
Beautiful.
Don't slam this one. Just draw it nice and easy over by the side. Don't draw it in the side.
Don't draw it in the side.
Take the side pocket out of the match.
If he makes this and makes the 9 ball, he'll be 1 rack away from the biggest win of his young pro
Career.
billiard career.
That's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
My God, and I'm feeling for him
He
sitting
was
here.
not about to scratch, was he?
Here he is for the 9 ball and a 10-6 advantage. He has
10-6. He has won the last 4 racks. 10-6.
Big time. I feel for Reed right here. He is in the catbird seat right now.
Raise 6.
He took a little off. Did you see that?
Yep.
Buddy?
Yeah.
Did you see what he did?
Look, he's got a shot.
Yeah,
He's
of
got a
course he
shot.
has.
Uh-oh.
He's got a shot, and he's got the 2 ball and the 3 ball ready to follow. He's in beautiful shape.
Everything is perfect
Yeah.
here. Oh, my God.
His life
I
good
got
and
chills
wonderful
up and
for
down my arms.
Let's take it to an overhead and let's take a look at it here. I believe it does. I believe he can play it in, play the 2 down here. I believe it passes. If he can shoot the 1 right in here, bump the rail, come out. Shoot the 1 down the corner, I believe he's home free.
God, I'm
Tigers.
nervous sitting
Yeah,
here.
Now,
and
if it
he is
doesn't
too.
pass, he'll have to do something else.
He's ahead 10-6, and he just doesn't want to make a mistake.
My heart is-
$20,000
My heart
and
is
the
pounding for him.
U.S.
Believe me.
Open 9-ball title. Young
doesn't
26-year-old
pass.
player.
You're right, Steve, it doesn't pass. He would have already shot if it had passed.
You mean the 2?
The 2 doesn't pass the 4.
He's got to make the 1.
Boy, he's
Perfect.
nice shot.
Oh, perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
We stick it right there and put the 3 up in the corner then, do we? Or what?
No, you pull it back about where the cue ball's at now.
I see. All right.
Draw it back about where the cue ball's
He
at
doesn't
now.
want to have an angle to go over to the side rail.
Gotcha. Beautiful.
That's good.
Right there.
Perfect.
That's good.
Now he's got to get, he does not want to be too far away from that 4. He doesn't want to take a chance on that shooting long and drawing that 4. The closer he is to the 4, the easier it'll be.
Very nice.
Perfect.
He runs this rack. He is the new 9-ball U.S. Open champion.
Wish our cameraman would get out. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he has to make sure he gets an angle on the 5 to come down this side. So he has to get the cue ball back into a position about where his hand is, or a little further back.
Yeah, he needs to be above it. He's above it.
Just like that.
Perfect.
Just like
Perfect.
all right.
He's in good shape.
Steve Mizrak is all but leading chairs up
Perfect.
here. Reed's down there. Crowd is waiting him, not all that patiently. How close this kid is to the biggest night of his pro career.
People go lifetimes without winning the U.S. Open.
That's right. Or even getting to where they can lose it, huh?
There's a guy
exactly
4
right.
balls away from it.
Would this be
4
something?
balls from
Yeah.
it.
And to beat the defending champion, and a guy who's conceivably one of the best in the world.
Maybe the best in the world.
Efren Reyes. Right there. Easy now. Easy.
Perfect.
Has he got a clear shot with the 6? It
I
looks
believe
like
he does.
it. Yeah.
I believe he can go. I believe
He's okay, but what's he going to do with the 6 and 7? He's going to shoot the 6 in the corner, but how is he? Will you just try to graze up and just shoot the 9, hit the 9?
Boy, this looks tough. This looks really tough. The 9 is a problem. This looks tough. I don't know what he can do there. He may just float forward just a little bit, play the 7 in the side.
How about just bumping the 9 a little bit? Can you do that?
Well, I don't think he can get the cue ball up there. If he can go 1 rail without hitting it, he can come back over to he can come above the 9 and play the 7 in the same pocket.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Reed Pierce, new winner of the U.S. Open.
How about that, Steve? How about that?
Reed.
I don't know if I could get the cue back to hit it.
Reed Pierce.
Don't jump around up there, Steve.
Reed Pierce is a winner.
There it is. What a magnificent performance. 11-6. Reed Pierce, the youngster out of Mississippi, takes on the defending champion and one of the best in the world, and Efren Reyes, and he's won it. The U.S. Open 9-ball championship. Well, this is some kind of a special evening. Reed Pierce is the new 9-ball champion. What a great victory for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. I sure appreciate that. It's a great victory, and I just love this game, and I really think we got a shot to go somewhere. I just hope all the players will stick together, and everything I think is going to really work out good. And it's just a great championship. The city of Chesapeake here, all the fans are great. I've never seen anything like it. Had the fans on my side like I had here, and I just appreciate all of them and everybody have all the legends of pool, and I just don't know what to say. It's just a great victory for me.
Well, you've certainly moved into a great company, 26-year-old, and you beat a great defending champion in Reyes. He wasn't tough, but I tell you put him away. You know, after you came back 8-6, I don't think he got back to the table. Did you, Steve? I didn't think he got back.
Yeah.
And you went away and just won at 11-6. He never got back to play.
Well, he's a great player, and all I was thinking, if that was the case, I didn't realize it, Tom, but I was just hoping that I could keep winning one more game each time and get to the wire, and maybe I could, something could happen good for me, and it did, and I just feel like
If you'll forgive me, I never miss a chance to talk to a pretty girl. Melanie, congratulations. You must have been the most nervous lady in the room.
Nervous for him because he's the most incredible person that I've ever known, and for people that you love and care for, you want the best for them, and I want to protect him. I knew he could do it. I mean, I knew he could do it.
This sounds like a real love story. Are you a lucky guy? You're not only the 9-ball champion, this beautiful girl is in love with you. Congratulations. That $20,000 will come in kind of handy, won't it?
Who cares about that?
Well, hey, listen, Steve and Buddy, these two guys that worked with me, Steve and Buddy, were talking about maybe hitting you for a little $5,000 loan or something. Sounds like
we'd like to have that.
Sure get it. They sure get it. They needed it. They don't need it. I know that.
I've got to tell you something, and perhaps you could hear us up there. Steve and Buddy were just ecstatic with your victory. In fact, Steve was pounding on the table up there. That's a great win for this young man, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He's a fine young man, and he's got a big future in the game, and he's a great guy, believe me.
Buddy, he really put on the performance.
He sure did. I remember that little boy in Jackson, Mississippi. He's a big man now.
He is indeed. He's moved right up with all the greats of the game, and there's two of them right there. Again, our congratulations to you, and I hope it's a long career and that you pick up many more victories along the way.
Thank you, Tom. I sure appreciate it, and I had a great victory, and I'm just proud of it.
Wonderful. You did a great job.
Chesapeake.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks to Chesapeake, indeed, and thanks to some great pool playing. Congratulations again. What a way to finish, huh? The 1995 9-ball U.S. Open, the new champion, Reed Pierce. Our congratulations to him. With us, and we'll see you down the line.